Yo, yo, yo. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's cracking, man? Welcome back to another edition of Heart of the City, where we tap into all New York City area sports, man. We got a live one for you tonight, man. Got Knicks and Nets in action, of course. NFL playoffs, NFL free agents, not free agency, but NFL off season for the Giants and Jets. Of course, man. And we're going to do a little culture talk, man. We're going to get into some food culture, man. Me personally, I love to eat, so it's gonna be a pretty dope topic here, man. But like I always like to do, man, want to welcome into the show, man. The one and only, my man, my bro, man. You already know what it is, man. Miss the Coach, Ed Gladney, man. How you doing, Coach? Man, how's it going?
Yo, I'm good, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you. Um, Everything's just, taking it one day at a time, bro. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Checking in with the chat, man. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, for tapping in, tuning in to Heart of the City, man. Eric Wallace, what's good, man? What's good, man? Appreciate you, man. My man, my bro, man. E the chosen one, man. Yeah, here we go. E, if you want to be part of the show, bro, I will send you the link. I'll go ahead and do that now. And you can chime in with us, man. It's a big show, man. Like I said, Brooklyn Nets and Knicks in action right now, and we're gonna get into some culture talk. So, my man E from the BX, I know he he would love to join in on this conversation. So I'm gonna send you the link, bro, in your Twitter chat, and we're gonna get this thing popping, man. We're gonna get this thing popping, man. So right now, what we got here? Knicks and Nets in action. So are the Islanders. Right now, currently, my stream is probably a little slow, but I got. Let me update the score. The Brooklyn Nets 54 to the Knicks 50, third quarter. Brooklyn playing tough tonight, of course. Rivalry game. Even though I don't think it's much of a rivalry, but a lot of people think it's a big rivalry in the NBA. So Knicks, Nets, Nets up 54-50 on the New York Knicks, third quarter. So we will be definitely keeping an eye on this game. But if you follow the show, I usually like to wait till the game is over before we give our analysis. But we will definitely keep you guys updated to the score. Right now, actually, 56 and 56-52. So, Coach, talk to me, Coach.
Yeah. What's
With
up?
this Knicks team, do you like where you at with this team? How you feel about the Knicks right now? Because
Thank you, dear.
Mikal Bridges just hit a three.
Um, I mean, they have their moments. They have their times when they definitely are doing well. With the bench, I mean, we all know that's probably one of the biggest weakness after the Ojanobi trade. Brunson, of course, is playing at an all-star level. Julius, I mean, the other night, he had a triple double. I have to, give him his
Mm-hmm.
props. I mean, even Tibbs, for as much as I go up and down with him and I'm firing him, he does have his team playing and fighting. I mean, they're in the fifth seed in the East, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not that far out from Philadelphia. So heck, I think they're what,
Yeah,
seven
right
games out.
now, the Knicks are 7.5 back from Boston, and they
Mm-hmm.
are only 3.5 back from Philly.
Exactly.
Whereas the Nets are out of the play-in.
Peace,
But
peace,
Hey,
whatever.
kings.
What's
what's up,
good,
E?
E?
What's
What's
It
up?
ain't
good,
nothing,
man?
man. What's going on to my brothers in YG? Thank you for the invite. Coach, you already know
No
what it
doubt.
is, big bro. Always in my prayers. Family went to sleep the other night, making sure that they lifted you up. We will do the same thing tonight, making sure that you are healed from the
Oh,
top of your head to the bottom of your feet. We love you, brother.
nothing but love. I appreciate you always, bro.
Much
So,
love,
but I
man.
mean,
Definitely
you know,
appreciate that, E.
this
Salute
Nick.
to Iman Perry, man. What's good with you, Iman, man? Appreciate you coming through, my brother. Always there in the chat for us. Go ahead,
So,
coach.
nah, this team. I mean, they definitely have something. I mean, now do they need another scorer off the bench, or or a facilitator probably? Yeah. I mean, I've heard different things about. I was listening to Knicks fan TV, and they were talking about what Woj was saying, and they were like, Rose is not going for what's his name down in Atlanta, so I
Oh,
mean,
Deontay Murray.
yeah, they said it sounds like he's not going for him. So,
Well,
uh,
I'm hearing the what a move by Cam Johnson. I'm
mm,
hearing the I'm hearing the Nets are interested in Murray as well, but from what I'm hearing, and shout out to big fan Breezy and Leaf, they stay tapped in on the Nets news. I'm hearing the Nets didn't want to give up two firsts for Murray, so the asking price must be high for this cat. So
but two
maybe
first,
that's yeah,
Can
two
I keep it
first.
real? Can I keep it real?
Go
yeah,
ahead, bro.
You say his name DeJounte, right? That's how you say it?
DeJounte, yeah,
hmm
Okay.
Jadante Murray, yeah.
Whatever his first name is pronounced like, it ain't worth two first round picks. That's
Okay.
not, he's not, listen, he, he, pronoun, he is not worth two first round picks. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's be real with what's real. Two first round picks when you can get your franchise player possibly in a draft or a cornerstone piece to fit in him. I'm never disrespectful. I will never shit on another man's skills. He's a talented player in the NBA, but he is not a highly touted player to the point where you give up two first round picks. Not in Jesus' name.
So, DeJounte Murray, 6'5", 180 pounds, 27 years old. He is averaging 21.4 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 47% from the field, um, 39% from 3-point land.
those
And
was the
so, I
steals.
mean, his steals right now, um, 1.3.
Okay,
Oh, hold
But
up.
I'm asking my brothers who know this game,
Look at this.
he's worth
Yeah.
two first round picks. I'm just asking you guys.
No.
I'm going to say this because a lot of teams are willing to do that in different respects, or either picks and players. That's the asking price.
Yeah, the
Now, if you're
NBA
going to
doesn't
take
really value draft picks like the NFL.
no,
Right.
They don't.
only if you're in the top 10 do they value it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
once you get out of that top 10 and you get starting into the teens, it start to
Yeah.
that's why, like with the Knicks, I mean, we talking about Detroit, 18, and that's what Knicks fans were talking about because they were talking about Alec Burks. They said and they said Alec, give up Evan Fournier and give Detroit back their first round draft pick. Because it's not going to come to us because it's protected at the top, at number 18. So it's like it's really not worth a lot per se. I mean, it's still a good play, or it could be a good player, developed player, but in the NBA, yeah, it's they basically crap on first round draft picks once you get out of the top 10.
Yeah, that's absolutely logical, and you guys are spot on when it comes to that. I just, you know what it is, Coach. Me and NYG, the generation right behind you, so it's your fault. I'll blame you because you taught us how to build rosters. You taught us
hmm
how to put core players and pieces in
hmm
place, and you taught
hmm
us not to get rid of your assets but cut your liabilities. So I'm
Exactly.
blaming Coach Ed Gladney for why me and NYG act the way we do.
Hey, that's
Big
all right.
facts.
Hey, look, look. We go back to the days of the Knicks because I just posted it on my page too, where it said, these are my Knicks, and it was Oakley, my idol, Ewing, Mason,
Hmm.
Derek Harper, and John Starks. And
Cam
then
Johnson with another three,
most of
67,
us
61.
most of us love that Knicks team because, and just like you said, you develop guys. Yeah, you play defense, different era, but the
Hmm.
point is you developed your players, and first
Right.
round draft picks were of value then. It
Hmm.
didn't matter where it was. I mean, look, we got Charlie Ward. What at 20? No,
Yeah,
was he 21 or somewhere around there?
And
yeah.
played for 10 years in the NBA.
Exactly. So and nowadays it's
Charlie
different.
Ward should have been a quarterback.
Right. People
Remember?
realize he was a
Yeah.
Heisman football
Yeah.
trophy winner. He won a Heisman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Facts, bro.
But they back then they were like, oh, he wouldn't have been a good quarterback. Now, yeah, he'd be a good quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. He would be killing it right now. The,
Exactly.
the
But
Giants
you
would
know,
die for that cat, yo, right now.
exactly. So, but nowadays, in the NBA, you see what it is. I mean, and everyone wants to go for the young talent, and it's like the young talent usually is in the top 10. I mean, already
Hmm.
they did the McDonald's All American. They announced it, and they're already talking about who the top players, where they're going to be drafted. That Cooper Flag kid, he's good, but he's number one. Ace Bailey from going to Rutgers is scheduled at number two. Even Dylan Harper, who's ranked as number two or number one in some publications, is not even in the top five. And it's like, damn. You talking about Ron Harper Senior's kid is not okay. You know,
Mm.
but that's how the NBA is. They look at the potential. That's where it's different than the NFL. Come on,
Yeah,
please.
coach. I agree, man. Just now watching this basketball game here between the Knicks and the Nets. The Nets playing pretty good defense. They're hitting their 3-point shots, and I mean that's going to be a recipe to victory. If they can keep this up right now, the Knicks are looking a little out of
Very
sorts.
sluggish. Right.
Yeah.
Very
What you call got
sluggish.
26
Very
points?
lethargic.
What's his name got 26 points? Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Knicks are just they're out of tune. They're out of sync. They're lethargic. They didn't take this game seriously when they came in. And you can tell everybody's focus factor is off. The
Mm-hmm.
turnovers, the silly fouls, the not hitting the paint, the not getting on the boards and opening up the lane for easy, layups and not guarding the man on the perimeter for open threes. The Nets should win this game easily if they continuously just keep playing this style of basketball.
They got to
The
keep it
Knicks
up on the
don't.
defensive
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
They
The,
have to.
the Nets will win this game if they play this style of basketball.
But still.
You know, that's the recipe for this Nets team to win. They don't have the dynamic scores because for whatever reason they refuse to start Cam Thomas and limit his minutes, even though he's a walk-in basket, which is weird. Which is why I question the coaching on this Nets team, man. But they came to play tonight. It looks like so. And when that team does come to play, they have good results.
Kentucky lost.
But shout out to the chat, man. Raphael, what's good with you, man?
Bruh.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
Raphael.
Tudo,
Toot,
what's
toot,
good, Tudo,
toot.
man? Appreciate you, man. Always holding us down, man. And y'all definitely hit that like button, man, and go sub to myself, of course, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney, and my man E, the Chosen One with the Shakedown Media crew. Definitely sub up to everybody out here, man. But we're going to keep with the basketball conversation here a little bit later, but I want to talk a little bit about who, those New York Giants, while we got some time here in the game. It's going to kind of be back and forth until this game is over. Once this game is over, I want to open it up to like the entire basketball conversation.
Defense is
I
that?
just want to see who's going to come out on top. Right now, as let me get the score up
Oh,
here,
damn.
72-68.
Cam Newton is in the building.
72-68. Cam
It's-
Newton.
yeah, he's in the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, he need to be on the football field. In the building, man. Get that man a job, bro.
I don't think he want to get back in. He doing his thing with his
Yeah,
podcast.
he having fun with that, man. He having fun with that. Calling them out. I love it. Oh, what a move by Cam Thomas. Man, stop playing. All right, man. New York Giants interviewed what's this cat's name? Linebacker coach Bobby. How you pronounce his name? Baich. Baich.
Uh,
Want to say something else, but
Julius, you got to be the
Bobby
dumbest
B. We'll
motherfucker in
call
the
him
world.
Bobby B. Another Bobby from the Bills. What's you guys' thoughts on this
Shit,
interview
for
right
me,
here?
it's just another one in the process. They're just going down and doing what they need to do. And I mean, most I would say most people probably look at thinking that it's what you'll call his job to lose, Leslie Frazier's, but they just doing their due diligence. That's how I look at it. I understand he's another cog from the Bills. But
I don't see Leslie Frazier as a candidate. Did they even interview him?
yes, I thought he was interviewed early.
Hmm.
Didn't he interview?
I
Nah.
don't know. I don't think so.
Oh,
Ever
I,
since he's left the Bills, well, departed rather, right? That's the best word for him. We haven't
mhm.
heard anything about him. We've brought him up as fans, but nothing
Mm-hmm.
or no rumors
Okay,
in the
okay.
building or whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he was interviewed. So, but
Seems like a no-brainer, right?
well, I mean, let me put it like this. I personally, I don't care who you hire, whether it's him or Joe Schmo from down the block. I don't care. Just do what you got to do to get you uh, um, a DC. Now go through your due diligence. I mean, I know some of us were hoping for Antonio. Congrats to Antonio for doing his thing and getting the job. But hey, this guy, let's see what's happening. I know me and NYG were talking about, um, Campanelli from the Dolphins, Jersey
Mm-hmm.
guy, been through the ringers in high school football in Jersey, coached at, I think, Michigan, at Rutgers. I think he might have coached at Texas A&M. I think he might have. I might be wrong there, but so, I mean, he's not going to fall prey to being in the area because he's from the areas if he gets
Mm-hmm.
hired. But, I mean, not saying he's a high candidate, but, look, didn't they interview one of the Titans' former DC or something like that? Uh,
Yeah, the
yes,
Titans guy is
yeah,
Shane Bowen.
yeah.
And
So,
then they interviewed Denard Wilson, the Ravens defensive back coach. I've heard some people um, that's high on that cat, Denard Wilson. I don't know a whole lot about him, but
mhm,
my pick was Jerome Henderson. Not a lot of
yeah,
people, people like, oh, Jerome Henderson, man. Look, this dude been coaching up your DBs on your own team. PC, the Giants fans, they always want somebody else's girl. They always want the other man's wife or the other. I'm just making an analogy. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
You got somebody in the crib that's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's not ready for that role or he doesn't want that role for whatever reason, man. But I would give Jerome Henderson the first crack at it if I'm the Giants. That's just me though. I love the fact that we can get DBs literally from off the street, and Jerome Henderson and his coaching can make them look serviceable. You're talking about guys like Fabian Moreau, just whoever. people were high on Trey Hawkins. You know, we got Pinnock out there balling. You know what I'm saying? Xavier McKinney having a bounce back year. Bradbury had his best season when he was with the Giants under Jerome Henderson. So
Cordell Flat looking like he
Fly,
belonged.
you know
You know
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean? Right.
Yeah.
So I
Dane
Hey,
Belton.
mean, Belton, another one. You know what I'm saying? These are
NYG, I'm with you on getting Henderson. I mean, he's part of the family, so I mean,
yeah.
and I'm not saying he has to run Winks defense, but he probably picked
Ah.
up some pieces from it.
But remember, he got a little bit of Patrick Graham's defense too.
Yeah,
So I mean, he's learned two different defenses. You know, since he's been with the Giants.
exactly.
And so I mean,
And
he
he's learned how to allow his DBs to be an asset in each defense that he's had to deal with.
mm-hmm,
But any
absolutely.
any any good defensive coordinator is gonna pick certain things from many different coaches that you've coached under to put it into your philosophy, into your playbook. I mean, I've done that for years, and I've studied many different, coaches, and whether it's a 3-4 or 4-3, or a 3-3 stack type of a defense, it doesn't matter. I just have all different concepts, and I think good coaches do that. That's one of the things about Belichick that I've always admired. He's not just going to say, I'm a 4-3 type of a guy, period. That's all I'm going to play. Those days are long gone. He adapts to the situation, and he incorporates many different philosophies into his overall philosophy. So and it is, I'm not just defense, it's offensive coaches too. So but the point is, a good coach is going to incorporate many different key elements into your defense. You'll have a foundational point, but you have other parts that people are not ready for. So, and I think Henderson could be that type of guy if he's ready and willing for the opportunity.
Yeah, and he's already familiar with the players. You know, so you keep continuity within that locker room too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big component to me. You know, especially when you have um, a lot of guys that will be coming back here. You know, like Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau. We'll see what happens with McKinney, but we're gonna have most of the pieces. You know, Bobby Okereke, McFadden, Banks. You know, so most of the guys, the big names are gonna be back here next year. So it'd be kind of good to keep that continuity if you can. From a coaching standpoint, from a relationship standpoint with these players. Because like we talk about a lot, coach. Guys nowadays a little bit sensitive on the sensitive side. So it might shake things up if you bring a whole new coach with a whole new philosophy, man. But maybe that's what the Giants need. I think they need that on offense, to be honest with you, more so than defense. But we'll see.
Can
Tom
I ask you
Ed,
guys a
what's good?
question?
What's good, Tommy? What's good? Yeah, 1 second, E. Gonna go through the chat real quick. Can we please protect Jones this season? Having better play calling for a young man can actually play consistent with a change. Dable, you're about to be out the door if you lack situational awareness this year. I agree. He has to get better as a coach, man. That's that's obvious to me, not to some, but to me it is. D Dan, what's good with you, D Dan? Appreciate you coming through, my brother. Um, Hopefully Olan brings some of that Olan over with home with him. Okay. All right, E, you got it.
Yeah, my question for you guys is something that I ask a lot of people when we sit down and we have a beer and we talk about the Giants. You guys don't miss that fire that we used to possess as Giants fans because of
Mm-hmm.
the team that translated onto the field from the locker room, from the breakdown, from the huddles. Like there used to be a fire that this team
Mm-hmm.
possessed, man. And it just seems like the light has gone out on this team because either they can't identify a leader or a leader doesn't even know how to be identified for himself. And it's a
Yeah.
cultural thing. And I would like to know how you guys feel about that because it's been quite some time since we knew if that guy was in the locker room or in the huddle that it was going to translate onto the field because everybody was going to play due to his leadership.
Yeah, I'm with you, E. There's no dogs like that on this team. You know, it's something that me and Pat talked about a lot too. Who's the leaders? Who's the dogs? Who's the, you know, who's those guys that's gonna light a fire under you? You know what I'm saying? And it can't just be a big talker. Like you got to do it on the field with your play as well. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, well Jahad Ward, yeah, he's a talker, but he plays like shit." So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can't be your leader. Another bucket by Cam Thomas. They can't stop this kid. Um, but he can't be your leader. He cannot be your leader. You know, and it's not Dex's personality. I think Kayvon can be, but they yeah, you're right. They're lacking something there. You know, and that's something else that kind of makes me a little upset that Wink's gone because I think from a coaching standpoint, he was that guy. Um, but now you're gonna be bringing in somebody else, and I look, man, Dable with the yelling and the antics, that's all right, that's cool and all, man. But you need results, bro, for these players to buy into that shit, and eventually that message is going to wear thin. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need somebody to step up in that role. I'm totally with you there, E. But I want to hear Coach's take on this. Um, Coach, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Um, it's a catch-22 for me. I mean, because your team, if you're talking about from a coaching perspective, technically you have it in Dable. I mean, he's going to try and fire the guys up. He's a player's coach, as a lot of people say. He's just hard on his coaches. But if you're talking about trying to fire the guys up, then that's Dable. Now, are the players taking on the coach's mindset per se? That's a different story. But some of these guys, like if you look at it, that's not their makeup. They're not a Lawrence Taylor. You had a Carl Banks who was more reserved when he played, a Harry Carsons who was more intellectual and dissected, and you had Lawrence Taylor who was going out there and saying we got to go out there and play like a bunch of crazed dogs. And guys bought into that. You're making a point of who is that on this team. It's not Bobby Okereke. Your key leaders, how do they fire up the guys? Some guys, to be honest with you, they just go out and play. They let their actions speak for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Dexter Lawrence, I mean, he talks a little bit, but he's not that, you know, you know,
He
he,
talks more to the other team than his
exactly.
team. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
trash
he's not.
talker.
He's not gonna. He's not. He looks at the guys on his team as professionals, and they should be able to, in a sense, fire themselves up. Which I get it. I understand it. But we go back to our last Super Bowl. Who the key guys. Strahan. I mean, even Ahmad Bradshaw. You
Mm-hmm.
could go through and you had guys who could help
Brandon
get the
Jacobs.
guys.
Yeah.
Brandon J. Exactly. You
Cruz,
know,
Knicks. Yeah, those guys were. That's what I'm saying.
Cruz wasn't as fiery. He was more the dancer. He was quiet when he went out there, and when he
I'm
spoke
saying
it.
he showed it with his play. Yeah,
But
those
that's my
guys
point.
showed with their play.
You have guys like that
You
now
don't
on this
have
team.
either on this team.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have guys.
From an offensive standpoint, well, outside of Andrew Thomas, I'm looking at this from like there's two things with this Giants team, Coach. You have this defense that was they're not perfect, but you've seen the fire in that defense a lot in a lot of these games this season. Like you seen them show up, you seen the fire, you seen the 1-2, you seen them buckle down in certain situations. Now, were they consistent all season? No, but this offense is like they're dead. They don't have nothing.
But look at the key guys. Saquon Barkley, not that type of fiery
Yeah,
guy. You talk about Andrew Thomas. That's what I mean.
quiet
These
guy. Yeah,
like you said earlier. They let their play speak for themselves. So
yeah.
we do have guys who who are like that. Schmitty is seems like
but
he's
you
going
need
to
a
be.
mix though. I
No,
think you
I
need a
understand.
mix. You
I
know what I mean?
understand. I understand. You want to have a mix. I'm just going to say, and I get where he is coming from. Not all teams have that. Some teams are just they go out and they play, and that's it. I mean, I can think about the 49ers with their offense. Joe Montana wasn't that fiery type. Neither was Jerry Rice. Wendell Tyler, Roger Craig. These guys were just went out and they were about their business. So
Hmm.
it's a catch-22. I get where you guys are coming from. I've coached both types, and I've had success with both types, and I've had one failure with one type with a whole bunch of fiery guys who were bums, but that's another story. So but I get where you're going. Yes, it is good to have those fiery types. What the fuck?
All right, Nets. Don't give the game away now.
Oh my gosh. This is
I
why I
told
go
you,
up and down with.
coach.
This is why I
But I
go up and
told
down
you.
with this damn team. I go up and down with this damn team because they
It's
draw me
lethargic.
in.
They're
They
they're
draw me
they're
in.
lethargic tonight, though, coach.
They're drawn. Oh my gosh! But
Here we
why
go.
would you be lethargic against the Nets more than anything? This is New York.
But that's the
This is
thing. It's not
Overlooking the
taken
Nets.
where it
They're not
should
taking
be.
them serious.
I
They're not taking them
guarantee you,
serious.
if the Nets was in the Los Angeles Nets and they had a top record, it would be a whole different game.
But even if the Nets have a bad record, you fire up because you know what?
But that's what it is. Good teams are supposed to beat bad teams. That's what make you a good team.
Yes. And this team is just oh my gosh, Tibbs.
They're
What's going
still
on?
psychologically trying to find themselves, coach.
Yeah, I guess so. It just this team just really oh my gosh frustrates me. They just really
Um,
frustrate me. It is.
Wells, there you go. What's up, Wells, man? How was your trip, Wells? How was your trip, Wells?
Wells,
Went
peace,
two
man. It's been
Wells.
a while, brother. Happy New Year to you and all those cool things.
Yeah, man. Hope you had fun over there in Wales. Um, can't wait to hear the stories, man. See some pictures and stuff. Um, Tommy
Okay.
says beef was with that Wink kept saying OC was trash, play calling sucks, scheme was incompetent. He tried to tell Mara Dabu trash ain't doing it right, and the team keeping friends, and that's why Wink left. Yeah, I mean,
See that
but
that's a coach for me personally. That just tells me that's a coach who's trying to cause a divide in the organization, and he has ulterior motives. It leaves me wondering. Honestly, it really leaves me wondering: did he really resent Dable for getting the head coaching job because they both interviewed for it? And and then
mm,
he's going to be the DC. So and now you see that, but I could be wrong. I could be totally way off base. But for me reading that just tells me that shows me Wink's character. If you're not gonna go to your direct boss when you have issues. Now, if you went to him and then you went to Shane, then I could understand going to Mara. But I don't believe that's what transpired. I mean, I don't have all the facts, but reading the tea leaves, that's how I see it. That's how I feel. And for me, I can't be associated with someone like that. I've had coaches who've yelled at me and I didn't like what they were saying or doing or whatever, but I still went to them as a man and voiced my whatever and sat down and talked. And if I don't like it, then you know what? You resign and you move on. Don't do that
Can I ask
underhanded
you a
shit.
question, coach?
Yes, sir.
Now, well, you know when I ask you guys questions, I compartmentalize a lot of things. I take something from somewhere, bring it to another place, but always leave it on a subject line, right? Now, in the season, how many times did we see anything optic wise from Wink Martindale on the field?
On the field, you're not going to
None.
do it because
None.
he's in front of 50,000 people. But if you're
Because
doing
he
that,
also knows
or
the
80,
NFL when it comes to the optics, the sideline, the way to carry yourself, being a
yeah,
alpha. and all of the things that he is. I believe, and you can tell me if you feel this way, and of course you too, NYG. I believe
Mm-hmm.
that Wink Martindale was the only alpha coach in that room of coaches. Brian Dable, being a beta, did not know how to deal or handle that. But Wink Martindale at some point was like, yo, first off, you're going to respect my pedigree. You're going to respect me as a man. And you're going to respect me on this team. Because it was the exact opposite with Mike Kafka. Look how Brian Dable talked, treated, and acted towards Mike Kafka throughout the whole season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Mike
I
Kafka
mean,
still ain't saying nothing.
I
he,
me's
he,
you said
it's kind of like
Wink's
he
the
was
alpha.
punking him though. It's kind of
You
like he treated
Let's talk
Mike
about it.
Kafka like a
If
little
we gonna
punk.
talk about it, let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
you
Y'all
said
know
you
me,
said
I'm
that
gonna bring that real.
you said Wink is the alpha and Dable is a beta. I don't see Dable as a
Absolutely.
beta. I don't see him as a beta. And when you
Okay.
say he's a beta, to me, when I hear the word beta, when you're referring to alpha, beta is submissive to the alpha. That's how I see it.
But the thing is, how many dudes act alpha but actually are beta, coach?
Mm,
How is Dable
good point.
submissive to Wink?
I'm not saying that. Listen to what I'm saying. How many dudes act alpha when they're actually beta?
No,
Isn't
I
acting
understand.
alpha the thing that makes you want to hide beta? But when you're in front of another alpha, here we go with the clashes. But think about it.
But don't two beta
Winks,
don't aren't
yeah.
two alphas going to clash?
If
Two
not,
alphas.
not if you already know your role as the alpha, not if you're building up the other alpha. Now, when we think of alphas, we think of two strong, clashing,
Mm-hmm.
going at it, right? We think of those things. But you can have alphas in the same room as long as they respect each other's roles.
Oh yes,
I
yes, yes,
believe in my mind
yes,
that
yes.
the beta part of Brian Dable did not understand the alpha part of Wink Martindale. Now I'm gonna break some things down, coach, really quick, and tell me if you feel where I'm coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wink Martindale's pedigree, resume, and reputation and
Long
respect
journey.
around
Oh
this league
snap.
is way higher than Brian Dable's. He's won at the highest level. His defense actually won the Super Bowl.
Pat, what's
He's been a
good,
part
Pat? I'm gonna
of
send you the
so
link,
many
bro.
things, right? When it comes to who he is, that Baltimore culture coming from DeCastro, those head coaches, that lineage, right? All of the things that Wink Martindale that encapsulates who he is and what he is. And then when you
Okay.
think of Brian Dable, you can't think of no noise he's ever made in this league before he was picked as a nepotistic hire by Joe Shane.
I disagree with you, because he was. If don't forget, he was. Now, if we're going to just talk about the NFL and pedigree,
Hmm.
talked about
Hmm.
pedigree. Don't forget,
Yeah,
he won in New England, and he
I
won in
know.
New England.
And
And
did we know he
I'm
was in
going
New
to.
England?
I'm sorry.
Did we know Brian Dable was in New England?
Well, of course not.
90% of Giants fans?
Okay, if you see, and that's the thing. That's where I'm not a fan. That's where I'm not the average fan. I could care less about if we knew him. I don't give two shits about that. Do you have the pedigree to win? Yes, he did.
See,
Let's go.
I believe
Let's
he
Yes.
was on teams that had winning pedigrees. I don't believe, this is just me, coach. From what I
Hmm.
see in his eyes, from what I look at in his body language, and what I see on the field, a
Hmm.
winning pedigree to me keeps the same composure when you are getting the accolades than when you're going through losing.
Okay, now we're doing this because he's the head coach. Wink has never been a head coach. So, in
Right.
fairness to Dable, how do you know Wink is going to do the same exact thing, or carry himself and carry the same mentality as the head coach?
He didn't have any of them conversations like that coming out of Baltimore out towards Harbaugh.
What do you mean? You mean in terms of
Clashing,
debating?
debating,
Neither did
cursing.
Dable. Neither
Yeah,
did Dable. Did Dable have any clashes with Belichick or any other head coach, Saban in at Alabama?
but see,
No.
this is what I mean. why would he possibly have a clash with those guys when their pedigrees, they're reputable, they're who they are? He's learning from them. You're
And it's
not
the
going to
same.
clash with
It's the
somebody you're
same.
learning from, right?
It's the same with Wink. Then that's the same thing. The same thing you're saying about Dable as an assistant is the same thing about Wink when he was an assistant, even as a DC.
Yeah, but I
And
just, you know what it is, coach? You can tell, right? Personalities. When it comes to personalities, when you're in a room, you can read
Mhm.
the room. And I believe wholeheartedly that Wink's personality is too big for Dable's thought process in a room.
Mm.
I believe this.
Okay.
I believe it. Because when your DC comes out and says, you motherfucker, you couldn't even get a yard in practice against me, right? What does that tell you right there?
But I've done that. I've done that I've done that as an OC and
And
as
I
a
want you to do
DC.
me a favor, coach. I want you to break down to the people what merited that.
Well, you know what? It was the situation and the competition, and you know
Okay, so
what?
then
I'm
talk
trying
to
to
me.
trash talk. I'm trash talking, and I'm saying, yo, I'm better than you. It's the competitor in me. That's the
Okay.
competitor in me. And you know what? There are moments when I'm very reserved. I sit back, I analyze, and there's times when I'll be honest with you, I'm the most arrogant motherfucker that's out there. I,
And you
I
should
swear
be.
to God, I swear to
You
God, Bill
should be.
Belichick cannot outcoach me. People can sit here and tell me, oh, I'm dreaming. No, that's my mindset.
Right.
And I know I've never coached in the NFL, but you let me tell you something. Put me out there and let me coach against him. And I
Okay.
got like that. I will say this. Part of that is the coaches that I've been under and the way that they've coached me. My first mentor tried out with the Jets and he brought that mentality. At 14, he instilled a lot of things like that in me. And my experiences, I've coached against top teams across the country at different levels and I've competed with them. So yes, I've gained a level of confidence and arrogance, in my abilities as a coach. So yes, I
Okay.
think
So
like that.
coach, my
So
thought
real
process
quick,
is right. Go ahead.
check it out. So Pat said he worked with Saban at Alabama as
Mm-hmm.
well. That's true.
Mhm. Yeah.
Quan, shout out to Quan. What's good, bro? Says there was some static between Dable and McDermott. Now, here's the thing with Dable. It's not just Wink. Remember, going back to Buffalo, it's a good comment. He had problems over there. I heard he had issues with Josh Allen. I've heard things about Dable going back since the Buffalo days. And now you coming here to New York. Now you got problems with the
Now that I
coaches over
think about
here.
it, wait a minute, wait a minute.
So that's
Wink did have an issue with Harbaugh that last year. Wink did have an issue with Harbaugh, if I'm
yeah,
not
but they
I
mistaken.
didn't. It wasn't
I didn't. It
publicized
wasn't
though.
publicized. It wasn't no.
It
We don't
wasn't
know
no
any
right.
words between him and Harbaugh. We don't know any words. He respectively walked away, regardless to if somebody doesn't agree. You just said it yourself, coach.
Mm-hmm.
You're reserved at times, you're fiery
Yeah,
at
yeah,
times, and
yeah.
times right. But guess what? When you have mutual respect for somebody, there is
True.
no reason to let the words out the room because two men sit down and they have that talk, and two men walk away, but they're still men when they walk away.
True.
This walk
True.
away is the most different walk away that we've seen in Giants coaching history.
I mean, I get where you're going with that, and I guess I'm just reading something totally different.
Oh God, they coughed up the league. God, this team.
I read something totally different in terms
98,
of
97 Knicks.
Wink and Dable. Like I said, I guess like you have issues with Dable.
No, you
I have
you know
issues
what it
with
is?
Wink.
But you know what it is, coach? I know why you have issues with Wink, and I can respect why you have issues with Wink because now you're the leaky faucet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I get that.
Exactly.
I get that. That's not a man right there, right? Men don't become
Mm-hmm.
leaky faucets because of a situation. You just walk away, right? If Wink would have
Exactly.
kept his mouth closed and walked away, we would all be side eyeing and looking at Dable.
Mm-hmm.
But because
Exactly.
of the fact that he's talking, he also garners the negative attention that we as men are going to look at and be like, yo, what the hell wrong with
Kind of
you? Right? I get it.
Exactly.
offense.
So I'm with you, coach. But there's one thing for certain, one thing for sure, and two things for certain. Now we're going to see exactly who Brian Dable
Oh,
is in year
exactly.
3. We have had
Exactly.
the success, we have had the failure.
Yeah,
Who are you
he
for
on the
real
clock
now?
for real. He
Now
on the
who you
clock.
are?
I'm
Who
with
are
you
you?
there. I'm with you there. Yes, I'm totally with you there. And in all of this, I went back to
No
when
more
it first came
excuses.
out. I also said it's both Wink and Dable. And now
Hmm.
Dable, you want to hold higher because he's the head coach. I get it. And that's true. He's supposed to be the leader. Wink, he didn't expose it on the sidelines. I get where you're going there. But when you go over your boss's head, your direct boss to the owner, yo, what the fuck? Yo, you bring that shit to the head coach and y'all sit down and talk as men, as we talked about earlier. And
Right.
that's where I have issues with Wink. Dable, some of the things, yeah, you know what? Some of the things we're hearing, you sit down and you look coaches leaving like crazy players, iffy, some are with them, some are not, whatever. I get the business aspect of it, but we don't know what's going on in that locker room, but it's something crazy is going on in there. And you know,
Hmm.
you want to hold both of them accountable. I'm with you. I just don't hold one over the other. And I look at Wink the same way you're looking at
I
Dable.
disagree though,
I
coach. You
can't,
should
coach.
the
Yeah.
coach, yeah,
Mm.
the head coach should be held accountable over the defensive coordinator.
But I'm
You
not
can't
saying he's
keep
not.
them, they can't be on even footing right now. He's
No,
the
no,
head
yes, you
coach.
can. No, 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 no.
Uh-uh.
When you got your subordinate going over your head, and he's not
So
coming
how
to
did
you.
he go over his head?
He went to Myra and complained about a lot of the things that's going on in the locker room, which
Okay,
went down
so
to which
did he
went
not
down to
keep it? Did he
Shane.
not? But did he not keep it in house right there? Like, yo, obviously this
But
man doesn't want to hear
you
me.
went over his head. You did not
Maybe
go
he
to the
felt
man.
like he couldn't talk to Dable
He
because he's
couldn't
an
talk to this
asshole.
dude,
He's a
right?
dickhead. You
No,
know,
I
Like,
said, I
pause.
yo, I
look,
need to.
listen. I said that earlier. I said, now if he went to Dable, now you go to Shane, and then you go to Mara. What happened? And all the reports were he went to Mara, who went to Shane, which is why Shane was listening on the headsets.
No.
Okay, so hold on. Let's follow the pattern. When he went to Mara, who went to Shane, and Shane
Hmm.
listened in, guess what he heard?
I understand that. I'm not saying that none of that is what you're saying is true. What I'm saying is the chain of command. What
See,
number
I
one
just I
did
know
he?
what your problem is, coach, with Wink. You just don't like how things translated, how they could have been done differently. I get that point wholeheartedly, but that does
Mhm.
not still keep Dable accountable
I didn't
for his
say that. I
moves.
said I did say I hold both of them accountable. I
Okay,
did say that. I said that.
okay,
I,
I'm
I
with
said
you.
both
I'm
of
just
them.
saying I know why you don't like what Wink
Yes.
did. It
And
seems
and
suckerish, and
here's here's
I know how we feel about suckers as men.
and don't there's one other thing too. I'm a military brat, so you know what? That
Oh, okay. See, ain't no, you know what? I'm just going straight up and down. Go to mute now. I
Let's
didn't
do
know that,
this.
coach.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I
Let's
didn't.
let's switch gears here. Let's talk. Let's get into a little bit of draft talk. The Knicks and Nets are having a damn good game here.
Thank you for that
100
conversation, coach.
to 98. We will dive into this game as soon as it's over. I've had my eyes on this game the entire time, so I'll be giving some analysis here. But let's keep the football conversation while we're at it. Let's get into a little
I don't like a
NFL
chewer. I
draft
just
talk.
want to tell you that right now, NYG.
What? What's up?
I don't like a chewer. I do not like him. I just want you to know that right now. I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like nothing. I don't like nothing about
he
him as
didn't
a
push.
player.
He did not fucking push it.
I don't like him. Man. I just don't like him.
Who
I
was
don't.
that, E?
Achua, bro. I don't like him, man. I don't.
Oh snap! All right, we we got ourselves a ball game here. 100 to 98, 227 left in the fourth. But I want to get into some mock draft.
Two twenty seven. Damn.
He way ahead, right?
Yeah.
He 30
Well,
seconds ahead of us.
the ESPN is ahead. I'm just reading off what they got right now. I'm looking at the game though, and yeah, it's 198 still. But look, draft. Okay, let me share screen here. Let's do. We just gonna look at this mock here by your boy Bucky Brooks,
Thanks for the
from
banter, coach.
Bucky
You
Brooks
good,
from.
bro?
Now, can y'all see this pretty good? I do. I need to.
Common is at the game
Yep. Let's see.
with shorts on.
Let me.
Well, I don't know what be going on.
Let's see where we at.
Guess all you got to do is get in the limo, get out of the room, go into the room, get out of the room.
Yo, come on. Here we go. Good old Brooklyn. All right. So this is a mock draft here, Bucky Brooks. And I just want to make a quick point here with this draft. I'm gonna go through the first couple picks, and then we could talk about it. We'll go up to the Jets pick since we haven't had no Jets conversations on here quite yet. So first, you got Caleb Williams. You know, consensus number one pick according to media. And you got Commanders taking Drake May, New England taking Jaden Daniels, Arizona taking Marvin Harrison Jr., and you got Brock Bowers from to the Chargers, and then you have Rome Odunze to the Giants. Fashanu goes to Tennessee, Dallas Turner to Atlanta, Leatu Latu to Chicago, and then Joe Alt to the Jets. So that's the top 10 right there. Now, people are wondering, particularly with the Giants, and I'll just read this little thing they got right here. If the Giants are going to continue with Daniel Jones as their number one QB, I'm not saying this. Don't shoot the messenger, you haters out there. So this is Bucky Brooks telling you. There he is, Bucky Brooks. Go holler at him. So if the Giants are going to continue with Daniel Jones as their number one QB, they must add a legitimate number one receiver to help the quarterback thrive. As a catch and run specialist with superior strength and power, Odunze could make the game easier for Jones.
No, he will not.
Okay.
No, he will not, NYG.
Talk to me. Explain why you say that.
Because it wasn't matter what type of receiver you have. It doesn't matter what type of quarterback you have. You still have to block for him. Routes still have to develop. Schemes still have to fit. You have to give somebody time. 83 sacks will not allow Roma Doomsday to be who he can actually be.
How you missed the free throw? Man, you God, this dude get on my nerves.
Oh, fuck.
Go
Do you agree, coach?
Yes, we've all been talking about the same thing for the longest while. Blocking, 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 blocking. And I'm with you.
ahead.
You know,
He played the
blocking
same
is
way.
key to everything. So I understand what you're saying about Rome and Dunze. You know,
Right.
and as a wide receiver, I get it. You know, whether it's Aduze, whether it's Neighbors, whether it's Keon Coleman, whoever. What's the other wide receiver out of LSU? What's his Taylor
Brian
or
Brian
Thomas
Thomas
Jr.
Jr.
Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter who it is. It's you need to block. We all know that. You know, just like the narrative, you trade up to go get
Wow.
your quarterback. You know, I mean, you're going to give up
Oh
assets.
my God.
You're going to give up valuable assets to acquire, certain guys. So yes, you need to block, and that's what's most important. Is
Mm.
that a foul? That's not a foul. Oh, but yeah, you can't just draft a kid and
Right.
and and think yes, dear, and think that your blocking scheme, the way you're blocking and the way you've been all season is going to bring you success. It's not until you fix the front. We all
There
know
go
that.
Hit Squad. I was just asking about you, bro. Where you
Yeah,
been,
bro.
man? Where you been, Hit? Hit your boy up, man.
Yeah, thanks for tapping in, hit man. You
Salute,
good
man.
show
Salute
today,
to my
bro. Good
bro.
show. Good show. But I'm with you, E, in that regard. I mean, anyone who knows me said my biggest thing has always been trade back. I feel you trade back to gain assets, and if you can get a first round draft pick for next year, because if you look at the draft chart, you know, if you trade up to number one is 3,000 points. The way the Giants
Mm-hmm.
sit, we're at 1,600 points.
Right.
Your number one next year, based on the lowest value on this year's board, is 590 points. So right now, if I'm Chicago, I'll trade back with you for your 1,600 points, but I want your number one next year also,
Right.
including probably a second or a third, maybe even a player.
The
So you're
price is
going
too
to get
high.
They're gonna be able to drive the price up because
Mm-hmm.
it's supply and demand. You know, you're gonna
Oh,
have
Talk
you
exactly.
about
niggas
it,
so
is
many
real
other
NYG.
disrespectful
teams.
out here.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
niggas is real disrespectful out here.
Oh, you come in hot,
Exactly.
boy. What's good? What's on your mind,
So
G Nation?
what's up, G?
What? Oh,
What's
they
up,
dirty.
boo?
Oh, they real
So
dirty around here when a nigga don't show up, huh? Boy, oh boy.
so that's why, for me, I want to trade back. If I trade back, I can get more value. Damn, I can get more value for our draft pick, because you know what, especially depending on where you trade back to. Whether you trade to 10 with the Jets, or you trade down to 12, you're going to get more value, and
Negative
you can
Mm-hmm.
ask.
value.
You can ask for more. You can get a first round draft pick next year. Maybe a third or a fourth rounder for this year that you can add to what you already have. And everyone talks about the plethora of talent. The only issue is the generational franchise quarterbacks.
Hmm.
Heck, you can probably get Michael Penix later in the draft, in the second, or Bo Nix, or whoever. And if you don't want them, I'm still going to pound the table. If you can get a first round draft pick next year, depending on where you are, you can take both those draft picks and move up into the top
Hey,
probably five, and maybe get a Shador Sanders or Ewers, because they're going to be out next year. So, there's so many different things you can do,
But
in franchise.
hey,
coach, real
fellas,
quick.
fellas.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pat,
go
what's good?
ahead.
What's good, Pat?
What's
What's
up, Pat?
good,
What's
Lou?
going on, y'all? What's going on, Lou?
What's
What's
up,
up?
Playboy?
Yo,
What's good, bro? You got
just
it.
been sitting here thinking, man.
Mm-hmm. And good
You
videos
know,
today, Pat. Good videos, man.
Yeah,
thank you,
good
thank
stuff,
you.
bro.
You know what this
Wait, wait, wait,
franchise?
wait, 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 wait. I
What?
just don't even pertain to the conversation. NYG, I love you. If you don't send me my goddamn flight information this week,
Bro, I'm in the
Yeah,
middle of moving my whole fucking house, bro. I got you, but damn, a little
there's money
patience.
burning a hole in my pocket. I'm telling you. Ooh.
hey, you ain't the only one, my nigga. I feel like, man,
I'm trying
please
to,
give me
I've
this.
been calling your ass for weeks. I ain't never had to chase a nigga to give him money.
He and
Yeah,
this
right,
nigga speak.
right.
Oh, Shooky,
You gonna
Shooky
take this money or
now.
what? I don't want it.
Yeah. Here we
I don't
go.
want it. Right,
Oh my
yo.
God. Y'all
But
keep with that. Here we go.
Shit funny as
totally
hell.
off subject, man. I'm sorry, but I just gotta tell my brothers this. This franchise is missing a legitimate plan when it
Right.
comes to the offensive side of the ball. Everybody says that this is a passing league. You only got to run it to win no more. That's total BS.
Mm,
You
mm,
want to know why? Because every team that's been in the playoffs, they really get led by their run. When you look at KC, when you really sit back and look at them play, Pacheco is the motor of that offense.
mm-hmm.
Because if Pacheco doesn't get going, if you're a good team, the Chiefs can't beat you because they don't have the weapons that they used to have. They don't have the receivers that can sit in zones and get themselves open for Mahomes to make those amazing passes like Tyreek Hill did and the other guys used to do when they were there. The closest person they have to that is Rasheed Rice, and he's a rookie. He's just learning. Valdez Scantling, he's just running out there.
Wide open look, bro. And you miss. Those
Mm.
two
Uh,
cheeks.
what's the guy? Moore, Tony, Richie James. They're not those guys. So That's how they beat Buffalo. When you really look at that game, they were running Pacheco.
Knicks beat the Nets. The Knicks beat the Nets. Sorry.
Well, you should have known that.
They were leading the whole damn game. It ain't no should have known
Hey,
that. They should have
man.
won. They
I
fucking
wasn't
couldn't get
watching it. I got my
damn
kids. I'm cooking and bathing children and shit.
crap.
I wasn't watching nothing.
The same
Oh,
thing. Yeah, when you watch the Chiefs, just watch them play. They were
Mm-hmm.
led by Pacheco this year,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And they have to use that run game in order to be explosive because the protection is not what it used to be over there with Kansas City too, with that right tackle being as garbage as he is.
Mhm.
But Andy Reid schemes it very well.
Oh, yeah.
Then you look at the Bills. That's how they were winning. They were 6-6 before they started giving Cook the ball consistently. And then they ran off 6 in a row because they were running the ball consistently. And that's what makes the job easier for Josh Allen. And he stopped being Jackass Allen for like the past 3 to 4 weeks, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't have to do as much. Hand that ball off 3rd and 2. Who gonna stop Josh Allen on 3rd and 2 most of the time? That's really not gonna happen. That's
Josh
why they
Allen
were
gonna
killing
stop
teams.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Then you look at the Ravens. The Ravens could beat your ass 41-10, and Lamar Jackson can throw for 110 yards. You wanna know why? Because the run game is so strong over there. And you legitly have to come up and stop the run, and then that's when he can get off making those plays outside the pocket that he does. The Lions, they got 2 running backs that they use. And once they get started, they're very hard to stop. But if you can stop that running game, Jared Goff ain't gonna win you that game, bro.
What y'all think about this draft though? Because a lot of people are saying Giants got to take a quarterback. Giants got to take a quarterback. But if you're looking at the draft, 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3. So if you're the Giants, are you passing up Rome Odunze for JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix? That's the
No.
question I
Is
got.
neighbors there? Is neighbors there?
Neighbors
That's a
is there
fact.
too. Where did Neighbors
I'm
go
not. I'm
this
taking
draft?
neighbors over. I'm
Yeah,
taking
Yeah,
Neighbors
neighbors.
went 15th. He
Neighbors is
slipped.
something serious, bro. There's no way he makes it to 15.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
And you said this is Bucky Brooks,
This is
and Mel
yeah.
Kiper. Mel Kiper has us taking neighbors.
Yeah, Kuiper's got us taking Neighbors. So kind
Mm-hmm.
of the same situation here. The 3 quarterbacks go 1,
Yeah,
2, 3.
3.
So
Marvin Harrison goes 4,
yeah.
and it was a lineman going 5, if I'm not mistaken, to the
It's
Yeah.
Chargers.
either it's probably gonna be a lineman or somebody for Herbert.
I tell you what, you put Brock Bowers over there with the Chargers, it's gonna be a problem. I'll tell you that now.
Mm-hmm. But my man said right here, like I said, don't shoot the messenger. If the Giants are gonna continue with Daniel Jones as their QB1, they must add a legitimate number 1 receiver to help the quarterback thrive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us are going to disagree with that per se, because we all understand the game. And if you got to go with Daniels, he hasn't had a number 1 receiver. So
Never had
but
one.
Never.
it's just of are you going with Rome? And I love Rome. Don't get me wrong, please. Don't anyone think I don't. I do. It's just that Neighbors is the better route runner and he's faster. Now Rome is bigger than he is, so that's a
Let,
different
let,
dynamic.
let me ask you this though, Coach.
Hmm.
Who do you like more in the number 1 receiver role? I know the
Neighbors,
skill set is better with Neighbors. That's a fact.
neighbors,
The skill set is better.
neighbors.
But
I,
I just think Roma Dunze has that number 1 lion in him, man.
I'm not saying he doesn't. He does, but I think Neighbors does too. And kill me for saying this, but he reminds me of Odell.
And
Neighbors
see,
reminds
and
me of
see,
Odell.
that's the point. Oh, we need that mature number 1 receiver that Daniel Jones can count on no matter what. And I'm not saying Neighbors can't be that.
Hmm.
I just like that kid Romo Dunze's attitude,
Okay.
bro. Like That dude is gonna come in and he's gonna work to be that guy. I know he is.
You know what it is, Pat and Coach? You guys are thinking exactly how our conference is set up. Neighbors gives you me. He's a Jamar Chase comp to me.
Mm.
Thomas is a Justin Jefferson comp to me. If you look at them in LSU and you look at their games and you
Yeah.
look at how they run and how they did things, those two players are comparable. But I'm gonna tell you why Pat said O'Doomsday. Because
What's
when you
good,
look at
man
our
cave? What's
conference,
good, bro?
it's set up with that number one dude that helps his quarterback. CeeDee Lamb helps Dak Prescott. Terry
Mm-hmm.
McLaurin helps Sam Howell.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown helps Jalen Hurts. So
See, we
I
don't
get
have a.
we don't
I'm
have a
sorry,
helper.
brother.
No, go ahead, brother. You got it. Before
We,
I was
we,
just
we
giving
don't we don't we don't
context.
have a scheme that's wide open
What's good,
for
Mitch
somebody
Koski?
like
What up,
for
bro?
for somebody like Neighbors to be that alpha dude on the outside. Like he can, like Jamar Chase. They got Joe Burrow, so Joe Burrow can get it to him no matter how he does it. Jefferson over there with the Vikings. That system that they run, they can have him do whatever. I'm not saying our system is basic, but the NFC East has really never been like that. I think you'll mess yourself up if you try to bring systems like that over to the NFC East because we're bullies. We need that number one receiver that's going to go over there and catch that ball in the middle of the field like a CD Lamb does, even though he drops it sometimes.
Mhm.
McLaurin does that. Um,
Brown does it.
AJ
Wow.
Brown,
Wow. That's
Smith.
cold blooded. Yo, that's some scandalous stuff that Milwaukee did.
Yeah, bro. I
Sorry.
just saw that
I'm
go
sorry.
across my line too, man.
Yeah,
Announcement. Doc
that
Rivers is the coach of the Milwaukee
that
I
Bucks.
told
y'all
you.
y'all
I
Yeah,
told you.
y'all worked that out before you fired Adrian Griffin. I'm
sure
sorry.
Yeah.
did.
You did
Mm-hmm.
that's some BS right there.
Yeah,
That
that's a good old
mm,
Yeah.
boy move right there. But
mm.
Absolutely.
I'm
that's
sorry. Go
another
ahead, Pat. I'm sorry.
conversation for another
Yeah.
day. I
Yeah,
already
no,
know what that's about. But Romo Dunze, I feel just fits our conference better, bro. I really do. I really feel like Romo Dunze will be that dude where the quarterback can throw in the ball. Whoever the quarterback is, he throw the ball and he'll go up and get it between two, three people.
yeah, he's that big
I
body
just think he's
receiver.
that
Yeah.
dude, bro.
Oh, yes,
It's
I
you're
not
right
feel
even
on
I
that.
him.
feel the
It's
same
not even
way
him.
with Keon
Yeah.
Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman can do that same thing, but
Xavier
I've looked
Leggett.
at Pat, I just recently started looking at Neighbors because I really didn't know much about him, and I've seen a couple times that he's done that. That's why
Yeah,
it's like okay,
he has.
and that's why it's like he has the route running, he has the speed, he has the dog in him, he has the confidence, he has the only thing he's not is 6'3". He's 5'11". That's it. That's it. But he has everything else. I mean, he can separate. He can give the quarterback the opportunity to separate and throw him the ball, and then he can
Okay.
get the yak yards. But Roman Dulce, you're right. He has the attitude. He has the big body. He can go get it. He's going to run you a 4.5, while Neighbors is probably going to run you what, a 4.4, 4.3.
I think
So
Doomsday runs just as fast as he does in the 40.
You know what it
Let
is
me
about
ask.
Odunze
Let
for me,
In this
coach?
in this joint,
Good.
they got
Get it
Coleman
right.
going 26. They have
That boy.
where is Brian Thomas
Yeah.
18. I actually like
Uh-huh.
Thomas.
I,
Yeah,
yo,
I think he's a little
NY.
underrated.
I'm gonna do a breakdown for you, right? And I'm gonna do a Neighbors and Thomas Odunze and Coleman comparative, and I'm gonna
Oh,
send it
neighbors
to you.
goes 15.
I'm gonna send it to you so you can see what I'm talking about their route running, their hands catching, their body
Mm.
catching, the way that they contort themselves in the air. Romo Duzne has the best 1 foot pirouette when it comes to the green zone and red zone of all of those players. He knows exactly when to twist his body to get himself in position, pause, to catch the pass that no cornerback is thinking about. So his head is not around and he's already in the air for the pass. That's what makes him so great. But I got you, and why I
You want
promise.
to really know reason why I would choose Roma Dunze? It's gonna sound stupid, but he fits our conference better, and I think he's just begun, bro. I think that
Well,
dude's gonna get better and better and better every year. Right now, his route runner is not like a Malik Neighbors, but give him to about year 3, he'll be running routes like Malik Neighbors, plus on top of the talent that he already has.
well, now,
You know
Pat,
why I'm
based
rocking with him,
on
Pat? After coach.
that, and again, I will say it again. Don't think I don't like Roman Dunze. I think he would be good on this team. Yes, based on everything that you're saying too. Doesn't that mean that we also have to have a a a running game? Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's certain components. Now, can he in a sense enhance the run game, or is he an addition to the run game? In other words, does the run game help him in his progression, in his route running, and so on and so forth?
It's just something about that kid, man.
Okay.
The
I'm gonna tell
more
you what it is for
pause,
me,
but the
Pat.
more
Let me
pause,
ask y'all
the
something
more
here. To switch gears a little bit, because it's heart of the city.
I
Y'all
just
hit
like to
that
hear your
like button.
speech patterns interrupted.
I didn't say pause though. Um, what do you guys think about Alt versus Fashanu here? Because these are the two consensus top
this is
linemen here.
this is the basic athletic beast, and you hope that he progresses to be a technician. Because if he does, he's gonna be better than most. Versus the older statesman, the older technician, he's gonna be what he is when he gets to the league, which will probably be pretty good. So basically, are you willing to take the risk on Fashanu to where he can grow and be a technician on top of being an athletic beast? Or are you gonna take the good old boy and Joe out, who is
Pat,
gonna
I'm
give
gonna
you?
say this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say this. If these fans have already given up on Neil, they're gonna give up on Fashano.
You already know. You
automatically.
already know. He ain't got no
It it,
chance.
it makes no sense to me. If you're gonna draft Fashano, then why not keep Neil?
Well,
Because
well, well. I was referring this for the Jets. Remember, Coach, we got the
oh,
Jets. We got the
I'm
Jets
sorry,
up
I'm
here
sorry,
too.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm
Not
sorry.
not for the Giants. That's why I said. But go
Well,
ahead.
now it depends on, because Fashano I think would probably be a better left tackle than Alt.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants are going to draft a lineman in the first round. That's just my
That's where I
opinion.
thought you were going on. I'm sorry, I should have asked.
No, you good.
Alt is gonna be the Whitworths, excuse me, of linemen. You're gonna hope for Shano, even though he's on the right side, is a Thomas. You're gonna hope he develops into a Thomas, right? A guy who struggled a little bit, but had all the upside, got
What's
himself
good,
together,
Bookends?
did what
What's
he had to
good?
do, and look where he is.
Leaf Diggy, what's
Whitworth
good, Leaf?
from day one was him.
I don't think either one of them are going to be there for the Jets unless they trade up.
I think one of them will be there.
Mm-mm. I think San Diego is going to be the kid. Diego takes a tackle. You got
You mean
Tennessee.
the Chargers, Los
Yeah,
Angeles
I mean,
Chargers?
sorry, Los Angeles Chargers. Take a tackle. Then you have Tennessee, who needs a tackle. So the Jets are going to have to trade up. So, and if the Chargers take a tackle, the Jets are
But
probably
who's
going to
on the
call the
who? What picks do they have, coach, and who's on the board at that point?
who for the
Well, in
Jets?
this mock draft, it's
Yeah, that's talk
the
to me.
Chargers take Bowers.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Then
Right.
he's going to be there. Then he'll be
Yeah,
there.
he's gonna be there. That's what I mean. He's gonna be
Who?
there.
Wait a minute. Atlanta needs a quarterback because they pick after us.
Hmm.
And who's at
I think
9?
Atlanta's going to trade up.
Me
I got a
too.
feeling
And
they're going to
why?
trade up.
Me too. I keep saying it, man.
I think that's going to be the team that trades up. Everybody's saying the
Yeah.
Giants. I think it's going to be the
Nope.
Falcons.
I think it's gonna be the Falcons.
The trade up for a
Okay. And
quarterback.
who's
Yep.
at 9? Who's at 9?
The Bears.
How
Yep.
beautiful. Okay, thank you, sweetie.
What's gonna mess up the
Have
draft is the Bears gonna
a
take
nice
Caleb
night. Thank
Williams.
you.
You said what, Pat?
what would make the draft interesting if the Bears don't take Caleb Williams?
Yeah, at
I
number
think they're
one.
gonna trade it to Atlanta. That's what I
I'm
think.
telling you, man, I don't
They're gonna
think that
trade
they
that
want
number
that
one
kid.
pick. Yeah, they're gonna trade that number
I
one
don't
pick
want
to
that kid
Atlanta.
either.
They're gonna let Atlanta take Caleb Williams, which I think actually will probably be a good fit for him. And they'll drop down to probably 8, and they'll have 8 and 9, and a boatload of other picks. That's the smart
Yo,
move.
NY, do me a favor. Can you just stand right next to me at the draft when that happens? That's all I'm asking you to do is just stand right next to me so we can look at each other and be like, all
They
right.
take Bears?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. They're gonna bring in Belichick or Harbaugh probably. And they're
Yo,
gonna go
you
and get
see,
the
Belichick
quarterback.
is already in talks with them.
Yeah.
Belichick has fell back from the Falcons, and Harbaugh's going to the Chargers.
He fell back. I thought they had a second interview with
Yeah,
him.
they had a second interview.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to take over him.
I mean, did you get any word on the street or you just
Yeah, it was reported. It was reported
Oh,
that talks are far away with Belichick and the Falcons. Now I can change in an hour, but that's what they're saying. And then Harbaugh is
he wants
looking at offers
autonomy.
from the Chargers.
That's why Belichick wants
Yeah.
autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how
Who's
he gets
giving him
down.
that though? Who's giving him?
Nobody.
The only
Right.
people, and I told you that may even be entertaining it, is Atlanta.
Yeah. Who's going to hand the keys over to Belichick at this point in his career?
Man, sit your handicap seat ass down and relax, man.
I don't know. I don't know here.
I don't understand what all that's for. You know, at this point, you're supposed to just give the wisdom away for free, man. You still making demands.
Well, he want that get that record or whatever he chasing.
Mhm.
So that's all he trying to do. Once he get that shit, he outta there. I think he need 15 wins.
Well,
Yeah.
Atlanta ain't the place to be acting like it's just gonna happen.
He want that greatest coach that ever lived moniker.
Mm-hmm.
I got a whole hoodie on first.
He feel like Brady got all the shine for that dynasty. So he like, I got to do it without Brady so they can give me my just due.
And it's sad because that's getting to the point where they are going to do that to him.
Mm-hmm. Sad part is you could have did it in New England and showed all of that love, faith, and loyalty.
Yeah, true that. But
You gave up on your own franchise.
we are going.
Shit, maybe he got tired of dealing with Kraft. You know, Kraft was on that Epstein list. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe he got tired of dealing with Kraft. You know, I'm just saying. You know.
First of all, wear a whole hoodie.
hoodie belly.
Facts. Wear a whole hoodie and we'll discuss that.
Got hoodie belly. But check it out, man. One more thing I want to do real quick, a little interlude before we get back into the conversation, because we got to talk about this basketball game.
We don't.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Hold it, Leaf. I know you got a lot to say. Just 1 second though. Me and Coach, man, we got a little segment here, man, and this will be good for everybody here on the panel. I know everybody is tapped into the New York City cultural scene. And we want to get into a little something real quick, just real quick before we get back into the sports show. So let me cue it up, man, and then we'll talk about it. right, man. So this the culture segment, man. You know, we want to talk some New York City culture. Last week week before last we did top 5 hip hop artists. This week we gonna talk about some food, man. Some foods, top 5 foods, NYC and New Jersey, New York City area, Connecticut, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna queue up coaches, and coach, you can go ahead and give your soliloquy on your top 5 food / food spots, whatever you want to call it. Me, I eat more hood food, so mine's is gonna be food, not necessarily a certain spot, whatever. But coach, you
Okay,
got it.
okay. And you got my the honorable mentions too?
Yeah. I had to put it in a separate
Okay,
on a
okay.
separate screen. I
Well,
got you.
number
Cue
five
it.
is Cut and Slice. That's actually in Brooklyn, down by
Mm-hmm.
with my grandmother. That's on Howard. Um, Heard a lot of great things about it too. A couple of people I know have tried it. You know, it wasn't there when I was going to my grandmother's, but it's well renowned. A lot of shows have been done on it. One of the big features is the oxtail pizza.
Oh,
Now it's
word.
pricey,
Okay.
but from my understanding, I think one slice is like $15 or $16, I think, something like that. But
Mm.
the food itself is mouth
It's quite
watering.
rich, coach.
I understand, but you know what? It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So and it's my mission to get there and try it out. So Cut and Slice in Brooklyn is one. Next one is Delilah's Hot Dog Stand. This is in Newark, New Jersey, on Freeland Heights and Avenue. It's a regular little hot dog stand. Dude has gets you everything. He has a little hot dog stand at the back of his truck, but he also has a trailer, and he has a lot of great stuff in there. You can get you burgers, whatever, but the hot dogs is off the chains. When I tell you, is oh my
Mm.
gosh, it's just like, and I've had a lot of, as they say, a lot of dirty dogs. This one is the best. So, um, number three, what do I have on there? I can't bring up my
Oh, nah, you
list.
good. You got it.
New
Number
York
3, New
Chicken and
York chicken and
Pizza.
pizza.
Chicken and Pizza. This is actually in Elizabeth, New Jersey, on Routes 1 and 9. They're open 24
I
hours a
know
day.
there's no way you thought you was gonna get away with no pause on that one. You've had a lot of dirty dogs. You dirty some of them.
Dirty dogs. I don't eat hot dogs, bro, at all.
But they
Mm.
still call dirty dogs. I don't know what the hell you're talking about,
Yeah.
Luz. So,
Dirty
pause
Franks.
yourself, Luz. Pause yourself, bro. All right.
No,
New
you
York
said
Chicken.
you said I've had a whole lot of dirty dogs. Wait a minute, sir.
Exactly. I've eaten a
Pause.
lot of hot dogs from the different stands across New
All
York
right,
City,
let's look. Yeah,
New
let's move
Jersey.
on to that next one, bro. Like, what was
All right, New York Chicken and Pizza. They have everything. One of the things that I love is the kebab and rice. Oh my gosh, man,
Mm.
that is just
That
amazing.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but they have everything that you need. Oh, it's all halal.
Chicken and
So,
rice. Yep.
yeah,
Chicken and rice.
it's halal.
Mm.
So, and like I said, open 24 hours a day. So, it's definitely the spot. Number two for me is a local spot, Golden Jade. It's a Chinese restaurant. Man, back when I used to live in Somerset, New Jersey, and I used to go there, man, just you name it. And they do give a little bit of soul food, because they do have some oxtails and their fried chicken. They have southern fried as well as Asian style. So it
Mm.
is slamming in there. And number one, it's a little hood spot, Kennedy Chicken, in Somerset, New Jersey. You walk in, you look at the board, and they have the different platters that are up there. Then you just say the number one, and they sell whatever. They have beef ribs. Literally, when you pick up the beef ribs, it literally slides off the bone. Man,
mm,
it is that good.
mm,
I mean, you name it, bean pies, peach cobbler, you name it. They even have a little
mm.
ice cream spot in there. So I mean, it's everything. And on the board, just so y'all know, if you look, I think there's 50 different combinations that they have on there. So if you want shrimp, fried
Damn.
shrimp, the chicken, they got the regular hood chicken in there. So
You
definitely,
about to make me order something, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right.
yeah. So if you in Somerset, New Jersey, Kennedy Fried Chicken on Hamilton Street, and my honorable mentions, Rhythm and Spice, the West Indian spot.
Yeah.
Their red snapper. I love their red snapper, man. It takes me to the island,
Oh,
man.
that snapper.
Is
Rock
that
star, rock
is that
star, rock
On
star,
that
rock star.
snapper.
is that Kennedy chicken?
Is that
Is
Kennedy
that
fried
Kennedy
chicken or
chicken the
Crown
same spot
fried
they got
chicken?
in Kennedy Boulevard?
No, this is Kennedy Chicken in Somerset, New Jersey, on Hamilton Street.
Okay,
So if
because
you
you know
look,
there's a
Yeah, cause
Kennedy
it's
chicken in
Kennedy
Kennedy Boulevard, New Jersey.
and it's
no,
Crown.
not
Yeah.
Kennedy Boulevard. This is Kennedy Fried Chicken in Somerset, New Jersey, on Hamilton Street.
Somerset, New Jersey,
Okay.
on Hamilton Street. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
not really
Okay.
familiar with Jersey, but I mean,
No, I understand. I understand. A lot of y'all know, and guess what? That's the purpose of this too. So there's gonna be stuff that NYG is gonna talk about that I'm not gonna be familiar with. So,
Well, not really, cause
well, it might be stuff
I
that
don't
I'm talking about y'all may be familiar with.
oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
I don't I don't look look I don't really go to like spots restaurants. Like I eat hood food. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm in New York, I eat hood food, man. So this is what I eat, not necessarily particularly any spot,
I
but
got
you
you.
can
I got
find
you.
this food all over the city. Let's get into it. Slice of pizza, cheese pizza, basic shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that. It's a staple of New York City. Anywhere in the city, you definitely pull up at any spot, get you a slice of cheese pizza, put you some red pepper flakes on it, some Parmesan cheese, and you good to go. Beef patty with cocoa bread, man.
Yeah.
Beef
Yep.
Facts.
patty,
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
have the cocoa bread with it, man.
Cheesy
It
patty.
yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
with
Yes.
the
Oh
cheese.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta put the cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout
Gotta.
out to all the West Indians that put me on it too, man. Like for real,
Mm-hmm.
man. Like,
What I grew up on.
yeah.
Definitely, man. Gotta hit the bodega, man. Get you a hero. You know, you get you a basic hero. You get a chopped cheese,
Definitely.
whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Got to get
Also
that
at the
all-time
bodega.
great sandwich.
Yep, good old sandwich. Always bacon, egg, and cheese, man. We had one when we was up there, man. Me and the Big Blue crew, bacon, egg, and cheese, man. I put them onto it, bro.
Bye.
It's a staple of New York and New Jersey, for that matter. And go get you a cheesecake from Junior's. It's been popping since I was a kid, and far as I know, shit's still good.
Sure is. Sure is.
Honorable
It's
mentions,
like
man.
I would say before you move
Go
on, it
ahead.
slacked off a little bit like a couple years ago, but they getting back on track, man. And I'm not that big of a cheesecake eater like I used to be as a kid,
Me
but like,
either, man, but definitely, man, you gotta go check out a cheesecake from Junior's,
oh
man.
yeah, for sure,
In
for sure.
Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn,
Downtown
it is
Brooklyn, yeah.
it's a staple, bro.
Yeah.
A
I know.
Right
staple.
across the street
Right
from
up.
Albee Square Mall, man. Where the Toy
Yep.
Absolutely.
Story, where the Toys R Us used to be.
What's that on Flatbush? Right on Flatbush.
Right on
Yep.
Flatbush, yeah, definitely, for sure.
Honorable mentions. Coach mentioned it earlier. I'll just say Frank, a dirty Frank. If you on the pinch, man, you hungry, you on the move, and you just need something real quick, spots everywhere. Pull up, get your little Frank, keep it moving. Walk, eat, street food, chopped cheese. Mentioned that earlier. A Knish. Not a lot of people know about Knish.
Yeah, oh
Knishes
yeah,
are
I know
pretty
about
good.
Kanish.
Yeah,
Kanish is good, man.
Knish
I don't like them.
pretty good, man.
Always,
You can,
always get a. I always get a Kanish when I'm in Manhattan for some reason.
yeah,
I don't,
exactly. You
I
got to
guess
get from
I
Manhattan.
guess I had some bad ones because I don't like it.
yeah, I don't never get a Kanish in Brooklyn, but I always get like when I'm in Brooklyn, I get the halal plate, man, with the chicken,
Yeah.
rice, and salad.
Chicken and rice. That's one of mine up there, man. Chicken and
Mm-hmm.
rice. Coach mentioned it earlier, man. Your halal spot. Go get you a chicken and rice. You can also get a
Chicken, rice,
gyro
salad
from there,
with
man.
with the
Or
hot sauce.
gyro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The gyros, yeah,
As some
gyros.
people call it, man. But that's my list, man. Anytime you in the city, go and check out this. You know what I'm saying? It's widespread food everywhere across the city. Certain spots are better than other spots. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look at the name. Yo, can I get a hero? Yo, can I get a beef patty with cocoa bread? Whatever. You know what I'm
I
saying?
actually
So
got some spots.
if you
Just
got some
before.
spots, let us know.
Yeah. I'll
Shout
let.
them
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So I got some spots outside of the any Kennedy fried or Crown fried chicken spots, which everybody know in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I went downtown, Brooklyn, a couple of days ago, man. Because I was doing some Uber in the morning, and I ain't gonna lie, the Chick-fil-A breakfast is fire. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Chick-fil-A breakfast in downtown Brooklyn, across the street from Barclays, is fire. And of course they line because they line be crazy busy in the afternoon or whatever. So like, that's fire. Another joint is called Halal Brothers, man. Halal Brothers.
Mm,
They got two in Brooklyn that I know of. They got one on Church Avenue, Church
okay.
Avenue and what was it? Church Avenue and Flatbush, I believe, and another one right across the street from Kings Plaza Mall. So
Okay.
so it's called
Okay.
Halal Brothers, man. Go look that up. And another spot, obviously, everybody in here knows about Best Style Fish Fry. Best Style
No,
Fish
yeah.
Fry, bro.
Yeah,
Like
damn, I
y'all,
forgot about Best Side Fish
yeah,
Fry.
Best
Mm-hmm.
Style Fish Fry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all all
Forgot
know what
about
that
that.
is. They got them yams. They got
Yeah.
them fit. They got the fish. They got the shrimps grilled, all grilled, fried, or steamed. Grilled, fried, or steamed. In with salmon, grilled, fried, or steamed, or grilled to steam. Excuse me, with the salmon. Veggies. They got all of that up in there. The yams. Of course, they yam. They got something called yam pie up in there, bro. Like it's basically the yams sprinkled with some sugar dots on the
Sweet
joint, bro.
potato
Like,
pie.
yeah, that's what they got up in there. Yeah, yeah. So they got that, of course. And obviously any pizza spot you go to, regular cheese pizza, obviously. But another spot that I like to go to, I just found out we got a Sonic here in Brooklyn. We got a Sonic Express, and I'm not gonna lie,
Sonic.
yeah, we got a Sonic Express. The lemonades and Sonic is fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Lemonades, man, because they put the extra they put the lemonade with the lemon flavor in there. Add cherry limeade or raspberry lime and raspberry lemon or strawberry lemonade, because I'm a lemonade fan like that. So that's all the Brooklyn spots that I could tell you for right now. But
I gotta ask y'all though, when y'all get y'all pizzas, does it fold nicely, or does it when you
yes, it
fold it,
does.
does
It's
it
got
bend?
to. It has
All
to.
It
right,
has
yeah,
to.
that's the
Has
thing.
to.
It
Oh
gotta
yeah,
If
fold
it
yes,
don't
nicely.
yes,
fold,
sir,
it
it
ain't
does.
New
If it
York
don't, it
pizza.
ain't
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
if
It
it
gotta
don't
fold.
fold nicely with the plate, I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, what's this?
And it
What's the,
has to have grease dripping down out.
exactly?
Yeah.
That's where I
Yes,
was going. Yes,
yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
yes.
gotta
name a
have that
couple of.
grease.
I'm gonna name a couple of spots that I know Lou is gonna know, and if you guys go around the city, you'll
Mm-hmm.
know it as well. So
Yes.
when we go to get seafood, we go to a place called City Island. It's a little actual island off away from the Bronx, going
Ooh,
towards Orchard Beach. You feel me?
oh yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're
Georgia
talking
Beach.
about.
So
Georgia Beach.
Chocha Beach, you know what time it
Georgia
is.
Beach, yeah, I know.
You
That's
feel
Long
me?
Island City.
No doubt.
Yeah,
It's in between Long Island City and another, but it's City Island. So there's a plethora
Yeah,
of
City Island.
restaurants on there, but one is called Sammy's. That's like
right.
the spot that
Ah.
you handle.
I ain't. Oh
It's
my
two or
Facts.
three.
God,
It's two
yo.
things you do when you go to Sammy's. You order every strong drink right before your food, and you order every strong drink during your food.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because seafood and Long Island iced teas from
Yep.
Sammy's,
Mm-hmm. From
you're
Sammy's.
done.
Yep.
Don't
You know
drive
what?
because
I
you
only
won't
been
be
there
able
one
to.
time as an adult. I've been there plenty times as a kid, man.
Right.
All of the strips and chip joints, fire.
Absolutely. Right. When you come in, there's one called Seafood City to the right. We go in there and get crazy.
Oh yes.
So
Oh yes, for sure.
that's one spot. Now there's a famous pizza spot a lot of people don't talk about uptown in Gun Hill Road. It's called Tony's.
Mm.
People come
Oh,
from
you
all
got
over
you
Yeah.
got a specific joint, huh?
to
Let
go
me
to
hear this.
Tony's. You
Let me hear
feel me?
this.
It's right across the street from the Golden Crust on Gun Hill Road. Soon as you get off the 5 train, the Tony's
Right.
is linked right there to the 5 train.
Damn,
You could get a dollar
I was
cab
just
or
up
go
there
get a
too.
pizza. It's right there. It's right
I'm
there. Right?
just up
Another
there too.
spot. Now I'm gonna go into my Boricua roots, of course.
Uh huh.
Puchi Frito on Fordham Road on 183rd. and Valentine.
That's Spanish food.
What? What?
The Spanish food joint.
What?
Nah. I ain't, nah. You see, you gotta put me on. I don't do like the Spanish food
For,
joints that they used to have in
yeah,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
They
Listen,
kind of like moved
first
out. They
of
just
all,
serve breakfast.
you don't walk in there unless you practice some type of Spanish.
Oh, all right.
Because that cuchi frito here is a lot different.
Got
The
you.
waitresses serve you your food and bring it to you. You just pick it out. You
Okay.
tell them what you want. Either you're sitting at where the counter is at, or you can have a seat, and you already know they brought all them beautiful things to the Dominican
Okay.
Republic to serve you your food.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Got you.
Thanks.
So you already know what time it is.
So where the spot at again?
This is, I don't know if it's still there because I haven't been there. It's two Cuchi Fritos. It's one on 183rd and Valentine, at Valet. And then there's another one that we used to go to right off East Tremont on the corner. The Cuchi Fritos on the corner of Grand Concourse in East Tremont.
Grand Concourse, right? Oh, I think I know.
Lou
What
know
you're
exactly what I'm talking about.
Right, great. Because
Lou.
I was just on Grand Concourse. I was doing newspaper routes at night, and I was
Yeah,
doing it to the
it's right
morning
on the
and
corner,
everything.
bro. It's right on the corner when you coming over the bridge in the underpass for the
And the
D train.
underpass,
It's
yeah,
right there.
right. I see. I got to get more familiar with BX though, because like,
Right. So in Harlem, now I'm gonna bring y'all downtown a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia's used to be, when I was growing up, the
Yes.
place that you
Heard of
wanted to eat at.
Sylvia's. Yeah.
Sylvia's.
That's where you wanted to go
Yes.
because the soul food was actually authentic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you wanted to go to Sylvia's in Harlem. But if you just wanted some regular food at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and you was just with it, whatever, Jimbo's on 145th and 8th Avenue. The lines for Jimbo's was around the corner. Now let me tell y'all what Jimbo's was. If y'all ever seen the movie Paid in Full,
Yeah.
when they were standing outside of the club taking pictures, they was in front of Jimbo's.
Jimbo. Okay.
All right. And last but not least, if you want authentic, out of control halal food, you go to 59th and 6th Avenue after the club, and that line is around the corner. You would not think a $5 plate of food would have 35 people around the corner in an L shape. And you will wait for 35 people.
Because it's $5.
Yo,
You can't go
$5.
wrong. Everybody
Chicken over rice.
Chicken
To the
over
point
rice,
where
bro. You
to the
can't
point
beat
where
it.
he will run out of food. He'll be like, sorry, my friend. No more chicken. No more chicken. You be like, yo, for real? When I get here, you don't got no more? You really mad at him.
Of course, you're really mad, but the thing is this is why prices go up. You serving at $5, everybody coming out the club drunk.
Right.
Y'all need something to eat.
Those are my
like
5 spots, my brother.
You with a chick.
Yes.
You with a chick.
Go ahead.
Coming outside the club, she wants something to eat. But like, yo, go pick up
That's
this
a
quick
what?
plate.
Yo, let me tell you something. Before you get in that cab, you want chicken over rice? Yeah, I'll take one. I'm so happy you said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right before you get in that cab.
So you already know Shorty wants something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So she get the joint, and boom, you in the cab, $5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
What was you gonna
Ride
say,
gonna cost
Coach?
you more than the food, son.
I mean, I
All
don't
the
know
way.
if these places still exist today, bro.
You know what? I forgot one good food that especially late night.
What you got, Coach?
Chicken and waffles.
Ooh, chicken and waffles. Where at exactly? They got one?
Well, I was just saying.
New York ain't never had. Yeah, New York ain't never had those cuisines,
That's
man.
I don't think New York ever had that.
Sylvia's had chicken and
Yeah,
waffles.
we got you.
Sylvia's did because Gladys Knight came there and was doing a show, and she cooked there. She was like, "Oh, yo, your chicken and waffles."
But Sylvia's wasn't open at 4 in the morning though.
Right.
Yes. Wait a minute.
Coach.
Nah.
Yes.
We said Sylvia's, the Spanish
Sylvia's.
place you was just talking about that
Nah,
wasn't
nah,
on
nah.
127.
Sylvia's is on
It's in
127th and
it's in
Lenox.
All my brothers
yeah.
have mentioned all these restaurants and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this. Next time I'm up in New York, New Jersey area,
Yeah.
I better at least hit at least 6 of these spots so we all fight.
All right. I'm ready for this. Hold
Pat,
on. Yeah.
I
I'm ready
tried to
for this.
get y'all to be out. Remember? I was like,
I'm
yo,
ready
Pat,
for
we can go
this,
to the city
bro.
right now.
You trying
Yeah.
to feel? You said you trying to feel some stomachs up around here. Come on, man. I lost weight, bro. I'm
Hey,
trying.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait. See, y'all ain't even get to my honorable mentions because there's this one. See, y'all talking about food. There's this one spot that's authentic and Mexican in New Brunswick is heavy with authentic and Mexican foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is the real tacos. This ain't no Taco Bells or nothing like this. And this spot la I forgot what it was. What is it?
El Rancho.
El Rancho. No, I mixed it up because there's a La Pancho's across the street. It's
Mm.
El Rancho. They also have out front a stand that they sell grilled corn and they put the hot chili on it. They do mangoes with chili, and
Sounds delicious.
it gets you
Yeah, it's
going where
called
you go
street corn.
inside, where it's
Mm-hmm.
street food, and it gets you going
Yeah.
where you go inside the restaurant and sit down and you get that authentic refried beans, the real stuff that's really good.
Mm.
I mean, some good authentic Mexican food
That
that you
shit gonna
can.
have you hitting the toilet later that night.
Ah, bro, this don't have you in the toilet.
Nah, the real Mexican
The
food
re-
don't. It
don't
really don't.
exactly.
I've been to
So
Mexico. I go there every year.
yes,
Oh, okay.
and they ground it. They ground their taco shells too. It's fresh ground. This is what I mean by authentic.
Yeah,
It's not.
authentic Mexican food is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's really good.
yes,
And it does not mess your stomach up. Not
It
like no
don't.
Taco Bell or no raggedy
exactly.
ass
Yeah.
2-star
I've been
restaurant.
stopped going to Taco Bell, bro, since the '90s, bro. I don't mess
I
with
Nah,
that
only
shit.
know one restaurant coach in New Brunswick, and I was, proud enough to be there with a breezy when I was
I'm,
younger.
I'm gonna
El
say this.
Jefe Tequera.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
El Jefe Tequera. You know what I'm talking about?
I think that one is down off a commercial. If it's the one I'm thinking, it's down off a commercial. Is commercial in Santa
Nah,
Fe.
the one that I went to was on Hamilton Street.
Okay, see now
El Jefe, yeah, El Jefe
yeah,
Tequera was on
I'm
Hamilton
gonna
Street
say
down
this. I'm
there.
gonna say this. It's a lot of redevelopment there in that part
Okay.
because of Rutgers and Big Ten.
Yeah.
So a lot of restaurants like there are gone because even the grease
Okay.
truck used to be right there in New Brunswick. Anybody who used to come to New Brunswick and went to Rutgers, got off the train, walked up College Ave, and the grease trucks where you got the fat sandwiches, the fat
Hmm.
barrels and everything. I mean, yeah, all that, a lot of that is gone. They've gone commercial. It's different now. So
Yeah. I only remember whenever I went to Jersey, it was back in the day, it was for either her or a game. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And her
mhm,
was anybody that was met either at a game or was met
mhm.
at a game previous. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
with
my
you.
Jersey
I'm with
flow
you.
right there. You know
man,
what I
like I
mean?
said, all I gotta say is better hit at least 6 of these restaurants when I get back up there.
You already know,
Pat,
coach. In Inglewood up to
yo,
no good.
yo, 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 peep game though. The whole time we was talking about food, Pat was putting down a plate of food over there, bro. Like, yo,
Pat is
No,
always Pat is that's
this
Pat.
whole
That's Pat.
time he's like, "Fuck the talk, yo. I'm gonna got my food right here, nigga."
I'm going to hop off in a second, but yeah, here we go.
Yo, I wanted to tell y'all, man, blessings to you brothers, man.
Oh
Thank you so
man.
much for always just being bothered and putting up with me, man. You guys know where you stand with me. NYG, I'm ready to support. Come out to the draft, do my thing. Let me know what's up so I can handle my business, bro.
I
Oh,
got you, man.
that's what's up. Yo, y'all having a draft
I
board
got you.
this year? Cause I low key wanted to do one, bro. Like since my package got done in by the NFL, So
Boom.
I got a bunch of draft content coming up here soon. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing
oh
some
yeah,
um,
yeah.
draft stuff.
I'm following your page.
NYG.
I'm following your page. So like when you go live, bro, like I always see it, bro. Like so, like I'm trying to get my own. I need to do a couple of mock drafts of my own first before I set it up. But I want to do it because I did I actually did the draft last year. I was just so happened to be in a party with some Falcons fans. I was hosting it, and I did the just the first round. I did that while the Atlanta Hawks was getting bumped out of the playoffs. So I mean, like it kind of worked. I mean, everybody was a lot of people that came in and everything. It was like, yo, we should have drafted this person. I think they had missed out on Carter, and then they got Bijan, and then some other stuff. Oh, Westbrook do down some crazy stuff just now, but
Yeah.
yeah. But I definitely want to do something this year, man. I felt like the NBA, excuse me, the NFL found a way to pay us off. We're a young team, so it's kind of easy. I mean, it is
Y'all
what
did
it
all
is.
right though. Go ahead, Pat. What you was gonna say?
I was gonna say, man, appreciate you come on showing a little bit of support before I had to get going real quick. But hit me up with that information, man. So my flight won't be $1,000 this time.
I got you, man. I got you,
All
man.
right.
I got you on Lou.
All right,
Job,
man.
bro. No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Let's get into this basketball game, man.
Oh my God.
So,
Now I gotta listen to and you know what?
yeah, some bullshit.
Oh my goodness.
So, the Nets lose to the Knicks. I actually had to score backwards. I wanted it to be the Nets should have won, but there it is, 108 to 103. Of course, the Brooklyn Nets doing what the Brooklyn Nets do, blowing a fourth quarter lead, letting the Knicks come back in this game. It seemed like the Nets were in control the majority of the game. They let them come back. Of course, defensive lapses. You letting Randall get off in the fourth quarter. Brunson. I mean, it's just the same old thing. Can't make Cam Johnson wide open 3-pointer, tie the game. He misses. It's just rinse and repeat. And the Nets offense, and this is why I was getting mad, Coach. The Nets offense in the fourth quarter, it was pick play, 3-pointer. Pick play, 3-pointer. Pick play, 3-pointer. Like, they have no creativity on offense. It's either ISO with Cam or pick 3. Pick 3. It's to me, it's nauseating watching this team on offense sometimes. Now, Bridges had a good game, 36 points. That's all fine and dandy, but you didn't get the dub. And you didn't get the dub because you allow this New York Knicks team who was struggling, most of the whole game pretty much, to light you up in the fourth quarter. And that's the thing with this team. They'll play good for 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, they stink. And I think they put a stat out there, negative 18.2 net rating in the fourth quarter for the Brooklyn Nets.
Worst in the league. Worst in the league, by the way.
Worst in the league. Absolute worst in the league.
It might be the worst all time. I hope it is. So
to me, it's twofold here. One, the main thing to me is coaching, as I mentioned earlier. The offense is no creativity. And then the second part of this is you need more scoring. You need a legitimate score. If you're not going to let Cam Thomas develop into that player, you need to make some fucking moves here. And do something here. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with this Nets team. I think them showing a good effort ain't good enough. You got to start winning some of these games, and the way you're losing them, I've seen this team lose so many games like this in the fourth quarter. They'll be up, seemingly in control of the game, and just boom, just blow it. blow it every single
I'm
time.
gonna be honest with you. Listen, I got a better computer now, and I'm calling the games. I even got the scoreboard up on my
Yeah,
channel
shout
and
out to you
everything.
too, man.
Yeah,
That's visuals, man. I check you
yeah,
out, bro. You know.
definitely. I'm up to episode 38. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be all honest when I say this. The only reason why I'm still doing these games is because it's Brooklyn. If this was any other team I'm supporting, I'm out immediately. This is home, so I'm gonna support it. You know, it is what it is. As big as the shit show it is turds in the fourth quarter, bro. I'm talking about them like
That's bad.
literally bullet stain doodles. That's what it is, man. Like this is just awful. I think we listen. I ain't gonna lie. As far as fourth quarters, I think we may be the worst fourth quarter team in the history of the game. Like NBA, college, whatever. Like all of it. I hope
So
we are
to your
because
point, the Brooklyn Nets got outscored 32-18 in the fourth quarter.
yeah. Only that's okay. Like at least we didn't give up 24 straight points without giving up a bucket in the last 5 minutes like we did the other day against the bloopers who are playing right now. You know what I'm saying? So my listen, my thing is this. This thing doesn't work simply because of the lack of some pieces. Listen, the coach, you can blame it on coaching, but the thing is, when you got role players trying to do fourth quarter stuff, it ain't gonna work. Mikal Bridges, he can have good games, but he is still a role player at the end of the day. Point guard, lead facilitator. We don't have it. Every time we show Ben Simmons on the bench with some new clothes and everybody else wearing black and
I
white, bro,
can't
it
stand
gets
that.
sick to
I
my
can't
I
stand
get
that. I
sick to
can't
my
stand
stomach.
seeing him on the sideline wearing, all dressed up and everything,
I
just looking like nothing. Like
You
I
know what?
can't stand that shit.
It get me sick to my stomach. I got a call from a chick the other day. Said, "Yo, Ben Simmons is downtown. He just bought something from Soho." I'm like, you know what? Good. Listen, it is what it is. By the time we get done with this contract, I hope he never makes another red cent in basketball ever again. That's on me. That's how I feel about it. And number two, listen, lead guard, we don't have it. Number two, athletic fours, we don't have them neither. We don't have them neither because the thing is, when you have athletic fours, now defensively you have roamers. You have guys that can roam around, and you guys that can do a little bit of everything. They mostly play above the rim and can get out on the break, and they could
You there? Did we lose him?
Mm-hmm.
I think we lost Leaf. Um, but I'm sure he'll be back. But coach, what did you see in this game from a Knicks standpoint? Because I can go on about the problems with the Nets, but your team
I
won,
mean,
so
the Knicks,
give
Knicks
me give
weren't
me your
weren't just any
analysis.
better, to be honest with you. It's just that let's be real. You have Brunson and you have Randall over what you guys have. Right, that's really what it
Yeah.
came down to. And OG, I have to give him some credit. He played did some decent defense. There were some things he did, so he does help give spacing, but I mean, this team, like we were saying during the game, they're lethargic. They came out there, they're taking the Nets for granted. In the way that they played, they didn't buckle down and just say, "Yo, let's crush these guys so we can have an easy win." If you wanna sit here and take the team for granted, then you come out and you crush them to start and you,
Yeah.
you put them down by 30, and then you know what, then you can sit back and say, well, we took them, we didn't look down upon them, but you know what, we respected that they're an NBA team, but we're the better team. This team didn't play like that. Now they were better because of Julius Randle and Brunson, and ultimately that's what it boiled down to for me. Defense wasn't
Yep.
there
60
was some
points, to your point, 60 points between the two, 30 apiece
hmm
for
30
Brunson and
apiece.
Randall.
And there
Yeah.
you go. That's the reason why the Knicks won. So everything else, I mean, there was a play where Josh Hart got the rebound and sprinted up court, and he had wing defenders, but he attacked the rim, and the Nets knew it, and three guys collapsed on him to block his shot. Everyone knows that's exactly what he's going to do most times. He'll look, he'll get to half court, he'll look. If he sees a little crack, he's going to attack the rim. Now, there's a time and a place for that. But if you got three people hovering about around the paint, then you gotta dish that ball, or you gotta pull the basketball back out and reset your offense. Something to that effect. So, um, you know, Grimes was up and down again. There's issues with him. McBride seemed to have a little bit. I think he had three pointers. I don't know what
Yeah,
his
three out of
totals were.
three. He was 2 or 3 from 3 point
Two of
line.
three. I'm sorry.
Eight points.
Yeah, so I mean he's fine, but we still need a facilitator on that second unit to help, or not even a scorer on that second unit. Julius Randle early on, same things. Turnovers were the issue. He's always dribbling into the paint, and as soon as he spins, everybody collapses, blitzes him, and what does he always do? Turns the ball over. He would be so much more elite if he didn't do things like that. But I mean that's the issues that I had with the Knicks. If it wasn't for Brunson and Randall both getting 30 points apiece, the Knicks should have lost this game.
Here's
They
the
should have
here's the
lost.
here's the other thing, Coach. Um, Knicks shot 19 free throws. They were 18 of 19 from the free throw line. You
Mm-hmm.
know how many free throws the Nets shot?
How many?
5.
Okay, because they're not attacking the paint.
Right.
How many? What was
That's
it?
and
Three,
that and
four?
that's what I told you. It was screen or pick play, 3 point
Three
shot.
pointers.
This team shot 42 3 pointers.
You go. There you
Out
go.
of 95 shots, 42 were threes. And you only shot 35%. I could see if you was hitting them, but you were missing.
Attack the paint, draw fouls, get
They
guys
don't
out,
do that
and
because they don't
and,
have
and
nobody outside of Cam freaking Thomas that is willing to attack the paint like that.
well, and that's where the Nets lost because remember we also were out without Hartenstein.
Yeah.
We had
Should have
Jericho.
took advantage of that.
Exactly.
Although Jericho Sims, he did his thing. He was okay. He had 4 blocks, but I mean, still, get him in foul trouble.
Exactly, because then you only have a
He
chew
had
in the
one foul.
and,
One
and,
foul.
and that's what it boils down to, bro. I mean, basketball is just it's really a simple sport, man. It really is, especially when you attack the paint, because the
Yeah.
defense is going to collapse, and they're either going to give you the points, or you're going to have then you can have an open three pointer that you can hit, especially
Mm-hmm.
in rhythm. And that's the thing that teams are not doing properly. So it's a lost. It's like in football when we talk about the running game. Teams don't know how to attack the paint. They don't, and that's the thing. Or if you attack the paint, you have the wrong type of player. Attacking the paint. I was talking to one of the maintenance guys here because we were talking about Embiid with his 70 point. And
Mm-hmm.
I said Embiid is probably, and he brought up what's his name in Denver, are probably the only two centers who can play with their backs to the
To
basket,
the
old school
basket, yeah.
style, as well as hit three-pointers, as well as still drive the lane. Most guys, they just want to sit outside. Big men, they want to
Mm-hmm.
sit outside
And
and
shoot.
shoot three-pointers, as opposed to, what? Attack the paint, play with your back to the basket, draw fouls, and there go 3 points right there. And it's a lost start. And that's the thing that for me is hurting the game of basketball, because when you have a center or you can drive the lane, you force the defense to collapse. Then your free throw your shooters can shoot. Why do you think the Bulls were so good? Because Michael Jordan could attack the paint, Scottie Pippen can attack the paint,
Mm-hmm.
and they kick it out to an open B.J. Armstrong, Steve Kerr, guys like that. Where it's fundamental. Now I get spacing, but when you have big guys, and that's where they can also rebound. That's one of the great things about Mitchell Robinson. He's a great offensive rebounder, and he knows that. And you don't see a lot of big men doing that. And it's just To me, basketball is just real simple. So
It is. You know what, Coach? It is right. You are right about that. It's very simple. But the problems that we have with this particular cast on the Nets is very simple. Point guard, we don't have it. Lead guard, we don't have it. Somebody to push
Mm-hmm.
the pace, we don't have it. Athletic fours to be our roam defenders, so we could get out on easy transitions, easy buckets to make up for the fact that we don't have a half court offense. We don't have it. We don't have
but
any of the things to complement all of these other role
there's
players.
one thing. There's one thing I will say. You do have two guards who, in my opinion, are able to attack the paint and kick out properly. That's Dennis Smith Jr. and that's Cam Thomas. I
Mm-hmm.
watch when they attack the paint and they do get the defense to collapse. Now, can your guys on the outside hit the shots? Or Cam Johnson consistently? Because there are times that I've seen he's open and he's not hitting those open
He's
threes.
not making them.
And I thought he was a consistent 3-point shooter. And it's just like I look and I'm like, yo, what's up with him? Now, some of your other 3-point shooters, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Here's the thing. What the thing is, if you go back to those first 6 games, and I hate to do it because Breeze don't like me to do it. Those first 6 games included pace. We had the top 5 offense in the league after those first 6 games. Why? Because we had a 6'10" point guard that was getting the ball up the court and getting everybody easy looks, more wide open looks. Because the thing is, once you rush everything up the court and you have those numbers, and you have a shooter spread out on the perimeter, that's what you have. And the offense is much more wide open because Claxton wasn't on the court. And the thing is, when you have somebody that at 6'10" that could rebound and push the pace, and also a great passer, you can have that. I said last year we should get Westbrook, but on whatchamacallit, but nobody listened to me. I said this year we should get Kai Jones to have that athletic guy as a roam defender to help out on the pick and rolls because we barely guarded and we barely guarded shooters. But nobody listened to me. I said we should have a backup plan at point guard because Ben Simmons was only going to play a few games, but nobody listened to me. The thing is like it's a whole bunch of problems that could have been solved with this team right off the rip, but they weren't solved. And the thing is, that's why we're going to do what we're going. Bad teams figure out how to lose in the clutch all the time. You know why? Because they are incompetent and they don't have the players to get it done in the clutch. That's why. As far as the Knicks
Yeah.
go, bro, the Knicks thing is more so consistency. Julius Randle should be the one that's averaging 27, 9, and 7 consistently on this team, not Brunson. Brunson, don't get me wrong. The fact that Brunson is doing it is because realistically he don't really have no choice. That
Hmm.
like he's getting more of the shots. That's how the offense is run. But if Julius Randle can give you those numbers consistently that Brunson is giving you, then the Knicks will look much better than they are. But no, they don't. That's their main problem. So the Knicks, their issues are gonna everything that's wrong with the Knicks is gonna show once they start playing more competent teams and once they start playing teams that know how to counter react what they're doing. And the Nets are not one of those teams.
Leaf, real quick. So I don't know if you heard me a while ago. You had dropped off the panel, but the Nets shot 5 free throws in this game.
Uh huh.
You cannot win games in the NBA where you're not getting foul shots and you're
Right.
getting and I went back and I looked at I think the game before that with the Clippers, they were out a shot from the free throw line in that game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not attacking the basket. They shot 42 3-pointers tonight, bro.
The reason
40
why that
freaking
is
two.
because the guys on our team that coach just talked about, DSJ and Cam Thomas, the way that they get into the teeth of the defense, they have much taller and much more height waiting for them and wingspan, so they have to drive and kick. But the way that they drive and kick, man, they collapse the defense. They're not good. They're good enough passes to get the pass off, but they're not great enough passes to make sure the passes is potent to where the
But
guys
we're
that they're
getting
kicking it out
but we're
to.
getting open shots though. We're
We're
getting
getting all
open
right,
shots.
all right. So all right, let me explain the difference. There's a difference between Cam Thomas getting somebody an open look and somebody that's a legitimate passer getting somebody an open look. And I'm gonna explain the difference. The difference is much more. There's open looks and then there's wide open looks.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. So open looks is like, oh, you got that one guy running at you, and then you got the opportunity to either shoot before he get out there, like the
Yeah,
slight second
wide
before he
open
get out
looks. You
there,
got time to set your shot
or
and
make the
all that.
move.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So the wide open looks, that means nobody's there. Those are the looks that
Mm.
we were getting in the first 6 games. That's because we had, and that's one of the reasons what led to us having a top 5 offense in the league at that time. But the dude that decided to go to downtown to get Balenciagas and all that shit, bro, he sold us once again. And the coaching staff and the front office made a mistake and actually telling him everything he wanted to hear before the season started. They told him he was going to be the lead guard. This team was going to be in his hands and all of this other stuff, and he sold us once again. So the thing is, once you put all your belief in somebody that is not confident and is always getting injured and doesn't really want to be on the court and doesn't have no confidence, no guts, no heart to be out on the basketball court because he didn't try to run from Philly, and now you're trying to run from another and run to another gritty city and do us this way, bro. Like this is the results that you're gonna get, and it's
Yeah.
disgusting, bro.
Simmons is one thing, man. But real quick before we wrap this conversation up, the the player I have the most problem with, I think, on the Nets right now, is Spencer Dinwiddie. This guy doesn't give you shit, man. He's dog doo doo, bro. He's the worst shooter in the league, literally. He was 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 4 from 3-point line, played 19 minutes, gave you nothing. Big fat donut.
Yep.
But you only play, you see what I'm saying? You play Cam 22 minutes and you play Lonnie Walker 12 minutes.
Now, Lonnie Walker, I understand. He just came off a knee injury where that probably could have like hurt his
Yeah,
whole entire
Lonnie
season.
Walker,
He's on,
man, but
so he's on restricted time.
I need Cam and Dennis Smith Jr. to get more minutes. Now, Dennis Smith got his minutes tonight. 29 points, had a decent game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 8
He got
points.
in foul trouble.
Yeah, and he had 5 turnovers. So
Yes, he
you
did.
got to do better protecting the ball. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like Spencer Dinwiddie being on this team is a problem. He's a problem because he gives you nothing. Doesn't do anything out there.
Well, the thing is that the role that Spencer Dinwiddie came into the season was going to have
He
is going
needs
to
to
be
be on the
off. It's
bench.
going to be off guard. So the thing
He
is,
needs
he
to
can
be
play
on the
better
bench.
when there's the facilitator on the court. As a lead guard, no, I agree with you. As a lead guard, no, I don't want him as my lead guard. I don't want him bringing up the ball. I don't want the ball in his hands.
But he's
If he's not in
starting.
catch, if he's not in catch and shoot motion, I don't like it. But he definitely, and second, yes, he is the bench player because that's what he was in his last net stint. So the thing is, like people telling me that he should start with like having that problem. Listen, I think I was around a whole bunch of Nets fans that basically got it wrong, and I've been telling them since the first couple of games of the season, and even in before the season, bro, what was what, and then everybody just tried to backpedal like I was, while I was just talking in thin air or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is. So, but at the same time, listen, we got a lot of work to do. What I will is this. This is my resolve from this, bro. Like right now, we the 2015 Denver Nuggets. That's where we are at best. The Golden State Warriors team, that lost Kevin Durant, that didn't have Kevin Durant after a year after he left. That team won 15 games. We got 17 wins on the season already. Now I know a lot of people is gonna say, well, Steph got injured. Steph got injured on purpose. He got injured on purpose because the team was trash. That's why he didn't have Klay
Well,
Thompson.
you know what's bad about this though, bro? And right now we're out of the play-in,
Yes,
so we're looking to be a lottery team. We don't have our picks.
exactly. So the
You don't
thing
got
is
your
that
picks, so it don't
so
make no
so so
sense to be
so
bad.
yeah, it doesn't. So the thing is, unless you trade a Mikel for picks right now or guys that are
Right,
rookies, like
you're
it doesn't make any
hamstrung.
sense.
You don't have
Yeah,
you can't really do anything.
yeah. So unless you trade a Mikel and Claxton for guys that are rookies right now and trying to get a pick for next year, at least one pick that will possibly end up in the lottery, and then you're
Yeah,
gonna come out for that. I don't see no sense in doing this. But the thing is, bro, like with this role player roster with no point guard to lead it and nobody to really put it in place to lead it, this is the type of results you're gonna get. Why is 80 taking a step back three? Um, Yeah, so yeah, it's just bad basketball, bad execution, bad coaching, bad effort, bad defense. When we not the defense that we're supposed to be. Uh, I guess you could tell. Well, if you just look at the box score, a lot of people will say, well, we put up a good fight, but no, you can't say that because we already know what's happening throughout the game. Because I'm doing the games on my channel and I see them unfolding, and you notice if
Breezy, what's good with you, Brody? What
and
up,
if you
bro?
note, and if you notice, if you go back on my playback, and if you look at some of my lives on playback, you see the energy in my voice goes out the second that we hit like the 6 or 5 minute mark in the fourth quarter, and
Yeah,
it's been like that, man, it's been like that for weeks. The
that's
energy
where
in
it's
my voice literally like
yeah,
deflates, bro. Not
because
and not
that's where
just
it's
because
going to turn.
yeah, not just because I'm getting into the 2 hour mark of my video because most of these games takes 2 hours to do from start to finish. But yeah, I'm literally deflated. It's over. It's like a hot air balloon. It's just like no, this shit is running out of gas. Yeah, and so am I.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so Knicks get the win tonight. Over the Nets. The Nets. I mean, it is what it is. The Knicks,
Once you lose 3 straight times to the Knicks, bro, like yeah, you got to get fired.
yeah.
That's it. I don't care. I don't care how. I don't care what the Knicks could have been in first place. I don't care. You don't lose to that team ever.
Well, Knicks won 4 in a row. Next on a 2-game losing streak. Only 2 for 8 in their last 10. So this team is free falling fast, and they got to make a change, either on the roster, or a head coach, or at both, if they want to salvage anything of this season right here, because it ain't looking good. And as for the Knicks, like I said, 27-17, they won 4 in a row. They're definitely looking like a top half of the Eastern Conference team. Where they go from there, I don't know. I don't know. Rumors are swirling. Oh, coach, you sent me that. That's what I wanted to talk about real quick. Coach sent me a. What was it that you sent me, Coach? Oh yeah, the 3-team trade. The Dejounte Murray. So, Bleacher Report. Let me see if I can pull it up on the computer.
Hold on a second, man. Wait a second. Let me go on my other phone. Hold on, because I need to make sure this is actually legit. Because the Miami Heat somehow traded Kyle Lowry for Jack and Jill Terry Rozier.
Yeah, that trade just baffled. I was just
That's an
like,
Yeah,
actual
that trade
trade.
didn't make no sense to me.
This is just a rumor or a proposed trade, but I want to get your thoughts on this because I know when I was on your show, you and Breezy, you guys were talking about Dejounte Murray possibly coming over here. So okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a 3-team trade between the Brooklyn Nets, the Spurs, and the Hawks. And this one will.
And if we're not getting picks out of that, man, I don't even want to hear it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All
We
right,
ain't
I'm
getting
just
picks
gonna
out of
read
this
it. I'm
nonsense.
just gonna read it out to you because I can't get it on the computer because on my phone. But so the Hawks in this trade, the Hawks will get Ben Simmons, which is good. Salasco,
Salasco.
a 2024 second round pick from San Antonio, a 2025 first round pick from San Antonio, a 2027 first round pick from San Antonio via Atlanta. So there's the 2 first round picks that you were talking about that they were asking for Murray, and then a first round pick swap. The Nets get DeAndre Hunter, Doug McDermott, and Devontae Graham. The Spurs will get Murray and Royce O'Neal. So that's the trade.
You know what? Yeah.
What you think
I'm.
about
You
that?
know what? I'm done. Yeah. I'm. I'm done. I'm just gonna call the games. This Brooklyn, bro. But it can't get no more disgusting than it's already gotten. To be honest with you, bro, like I don't even remember what you said we was getting, bro. I really don't even care.
Oh, you get hold up. Okay, so this is the logic. The DeAndre Hunter, Doug McDermott, and Devontae Graham. It says
More role players.
as bad as the things as bad as things have been with the Brooklyn Nets, there's still an outside chance they make the playoffs. Yeah, outside chance. It'll sure be easier to get there without any production coming from Simmons' roster spot.
Mm.
He's the team's highest player, but he's 12th in total minutes this season. 12th in total minutes this season, and there's no real timetable from when he'll be back. The deal gives Brooklyn three outside shooters in place of Simmons and O'Neal, one of which, Hunter, fits into the positionless or switch heavy philosophy that accompanied Brooklyn's roster since Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Finney Smith arrived. It also dramatically improves the team's flexibility. Hunter's under contract through 26, 27, but his salary next season is around 60% of Simmons's. McDermott deal expires this summer, while Graham is set to make 12.7 in 24-25. Only 2.9 is guaranteed. Nets fans might insist on getting a pick from somewhere. That's what I would say. But getting the Hawks to take over the last year of Simmons' contract might make that tough.
You know
So
something,
basically,
bro.
you're dumping Simmons pretty much.
Yeah. You dumping Simmons, which is a good thing, but at the same time,
At least
he
you get
was on.
something back. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
getting something.
at the same time, he only had 1 year left after this year anyway. So Ben Simmons goes to another team and then decides to just go crazy and get another contract. Man, not only am I pissed, but like because
I don't care if he goes
he
to another team, and
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
really
care
care
neither, but at the same
at this
time, bro,
point because
like
he ain't gonna do shit here. It don't matter. He's not gonna do anything
yeah,
here.
but at the same time, we still didn't get what we're supposed to get for Ben Simmons, point guard. Like that's what we didn't get, bro. Like
Yeah,
this deal didn't include us getting Dejounte Murray. This deal included Dejounte Murray going back to a place where he doesn't want to go, San
yeah,
Antonio,
San
and
Antonio.
and
But
and he and he doesn't really have no choice in the matter because he's stuck on the books until 2028, bro. So now Pop gets to use him and misuse him the way he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So
but
like he
he's
been doing.
he gets to play with Wimby, so you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
okay.
Whatever that's worth.
Wimby, yeah. Well, I guess whatever it's worth now. I mean, like I guess it would be okay to play with Wimby now. I mean, I guess, man. I'm not saying that it wouldn't work. Not saying that it will work, but at
But
the
you would
same
get
time,
ultimately though, like you said, you're getting because what you call his contract is done after this year. You're still getting Hunter. Hunter is not a scrub. Hunter,
I,
well, he may not be an elite player. He would definitely be better than a lot of the guys on your current roster right now. And he plays very good defense, plays the wings, and he can hit the threes.
he's also injury prone as well. But to give up more insight on it, because the thing is I watch a little bit too much Atlanta Hawks basketball for my
Hmm.
own good. I mean, like, but to giving up to too much. I think what we needed out of this was a lead guard, and we still
No,
don't have that.
I get it, but Atlanta, what league guards does Atlanta have that you could say you would get?
Dejounte Murray, like I thought that was what we was gonna get, but at the
Oh,
same time,
yeah, no.
it was the Spurs that was giving up all the first round picks and not us.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's the thing.
yeah,
You want Murray, you got to give up the picks. But in this situation, like I said, you do get rid of Simmons and you get something for him. I think that's the biggest problem right now. Or one of the biggest problems is you got players you ain't getting nothing out of, man. I already
Bas-
talked about Dinwiddie, man, but then you got Simmons who ain't playing at all.
I like Devontae. I like Devontae Graham. I liked him for a while, but I mean, I think he's one of those guards that's going to jack up a lot of threes, and off the dribble, like he did when I think he did win the most improved player. Oh no, I think Luka might have got it over him because he did go off that year. But I think just Devontae Murray, I mean, excuse me, Devontae Graham, he could be one of those players that could, you know, shoot you in the game or shoot you out of the game. I mean, I don't know at this point, but we definitely need
No,
some
I got you. Yeah,
type of lead guard or some type of pace pushing and some type of getting up the floor and some type of action, creating advantages and try to create more in the open court. Because a half court set is lackluster. It's been lackluster for many, many years. You could go back to New Jersey. It was lackluster there. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's when they had Jason Kidd, and they was running was fast break. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's and listen, anytime any team with Julius Randle, bro, like it's leaps and bounds better than you, bro. Like this is cause for concern.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna get into Coach's Corner here. To round out to finish out the show. Not much news on the Yankees end. I
I'm gonna
know
get
they're
going,
looking at
fellas, man. Appreciated the time, man.
pitchers,
Coach,
but
salute, man. Pop,
absolutely,
salute,
man.
man. I'll see y'all soon, man.
all right, be
No
safe, bro.
doubt, no doubt, man. Appreciate you, Leaf. Thank you, man. Anytime, bro. Appreciate your insight, man. But
Well, lately the Yankees with Marcus Stroman.
yeah,
I know you
Stroman.
don't want to touch on it, but
Come on, man. I mean,
and they're still in the hunt for what's his name from the chart
Snell.
San Diego. Yeah, I mean I'm not big
Yeah,
on him either, but where he still would help solidify the rotation.
they basically seemingly it seemed like they didn't have a real plan if they didn't get Yamamoto.
No, they didn't.
And that's what's bugging me right now. Because like now you're trying to scramble. You know you need pitching help. We all know this. We
Mm-hmm.
all know this.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I talk about the Yankees, what do I talk about?
Mm-hmm.
We need pitching. We got the hitters. You keep adding hitters. I get it. You need bats in the lineup, but bro, you got Cole and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Stroman is your number two. That says a lot to me. It's just like you really don't
Stroman, man.
you don't have anything. I
You
mean,
don't have.
now
I don't know what you're gonna get
now
from him.
is
He wasn't good in with the who was it, the Cubs. I mean,
well, Snell was the National League Cy Young last year, but
Snell. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Snell. I'd be less, but it seems like to me like they're done.
well,
That's
I
what I'm
no,
hearing.
I
I'm
thought
hearing
they
they're
were.
done.
I no, I saw something that they were, you know, they're still in talks. Not
Yeah,
with Snell, but Snell wanted top end money, and I get
he
it.
wants the money and they don't want
Yeah,
to pay.
and the
The
Yankees don't want to
Yankees are
pay it.
being cheap. They're being
So,
cheap, cheap,
and
cheap.
that's why I said
All
if you
these years
guys,
being a Yankees fan, and now you want to pocket watch.
that's why I said if you got Snell, it would solidify your rotation.
Yeah, they
To
gonna have to
me,
pay him though.
yeah.
They don't want to
Well,
pay these players.
right now the only team that offered him, then the Yankees offered him what I think 150. I forgot how many years.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're the only team that offered him a contract. So it's like are you going to sit and wait it out? Okay, but then that contract comes off the table, and what happens if you get less money and less years? So I don't think anybody wants to pay him that top end money. So I mean, again, that's what I read a little bit. So I mean, I didn't dive into it. I wish Alex was here because he knows. So, but other than that, yeah, there's not really a lot with the Yankees anyway.
Yeah,
So,
they're chasing relievers. It looks like they're trying to interest in Hector Neris.
mm,
And also Wandy Peralta.
mm,
Those are the two names. The Nets, the Yankees, and the Mets both looking at the same guys. Um, so that's pretty much it. Once they sign somebody, we'll give you some more context on that.
mm-hmm,
But right now, it's just rumors. They're still trying to put these teams together. And baseball is coming up here pretty soon. Spring training is
mm-hmm.
coming up right around the corner. So, what's up,
February.
Chad? What's up, man? Appreciate you coming through, bro.
So check.
and yeah, but that's what we got right now. Again, Yankees and Mets still chasing pitching. Um, of course, Giants and Jets in the offseason. Knicks looking like a playoff team. Nets looking like a nobody team, and um, the Rangers, Islanders lost by the way, but the Rangers are playing now, and they are up 1-0 on the San Diego Sharks. So that is your NYC around the city update. And now we're gonna get into a little coach's corner to wrap it up, man. It's been an awesome show, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Of course, my brothers on the panel, Lou, E, Pat, Leaf. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna wrap it out with Coach's Corner, man. Let's get into it.
Check that NYG just to give me another coach's corner this week. It's a little bit light. Going to start with the Liberty. There are players overseas internationally who are definitely doing their thing.
Did they fly over
Nair,
there?
I'm sorry,
Did they fly over there?
to where?
Overseas.
Of course they flew overseas,
Okay.
Lou.
Well, I'm waiting for my flights. That's just a jab at me. Okay,
Gosh,
that's all. I'm sorry.
man, I'm going to ignore you from here on out, man. Naira Sabali, my sweetie, she's over there doing her things internationally. Um, she helped. I think her team is 18-1 right now um, in their league, and they're battling for the top spot. Um, uh, One of her games, I believe she had uh, 20 points and I think 9 rebounds to help their team do well. Um, Another one who's doing well overseas, of course, is Jonquel Jones. They're in title contention in their league. Um, now, um, Frenchie is doing her thing over there, but she's not coming back because she's prepping for the Olympics. And with the WNBA's leagues, WNBA's rule about players being back at a certain time to be eligible for the full season. She's probably not going to make it. Her and Hanju, they're probably not going to make it. Also, I'm disappointed because Hanju, once she comes back, the Liberty lose their rights to her because she's exhausted. They've exhausted and they didn't re up for her. So it's disappointing, but they did for Maureen Johannes, so she'll definitely be back after the 24 season and the Olympics. But I understand, with them getting ready for the Olympics, so on and so forth. So you got the WNBA draft prepping up. Liberty are in the number 11 spot, which is second to the last in the WNBA because there's 12 teams. But there's guards that they're looking at, defensive minded guards that they might be able to pick up and bring to the team, and hopefully they'll be able to add on. Also, in terms of free agency, Candace Parker has been mentioned because she is a free agent. Will the Liberty make a play? I don't think they will because they might not be able
That's
to afford
interesting.
her. The other one is Elena Deladon. She's, the talk is she might be out of Washington, and she might be looking for a team where, depending on what happens with certain teams, she's willing to come in. Now that might be a good spot for the Liberty because Steph Dawson, their backup center, is a free agent, and they're not expecting her back. So That would be for me a big loss because Steph, while she's a veteran, she can hit the three, she can play defense. She's not overly athletic, so she can be attacked and taken advantage of. So I get it, but it's still a tough loss if she goes. But if you get a Della Don or Candace Parker to replace her and they're willing to come off the bench, then fine. That would be fine. The other talk is possibly, damn, what's her name? Skylar Diggins Smith. She's cryptically throughout the year, where is she going? Some fans have said the Liberty, and she just gave the big eyes to the Liberty. So, um, you know, I'm going to be watching that to see, if she, when free agency opens, if she will be um, someone that the Liberty take advantage of. Now, Stewie is a free agent, but she's a core player. That's kind of like a franchise tag in football, so she's not going anywhere. Um, John Quell is a free agent, but all indications are she wants to come back because she requested the trade to the Liberty. So it's just a matter of working out the financials. The Liberty have, I think, 5 players definitely signed, with the others as either reserve or unrestricted free agents, and I just went over a couple of them. Jocelyn Willoughby is a restricted free agent, so she'll probably be back. Her salary last year was like around 72,000, so it'll up a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Like I said, Naira is also restricted. She's around the same rate in terms of the South. No, I think she's at a no. I think she's at about 100,000 because she was a top 5 draft pick. So, but again, do the Liberty bring her back, especially if they let Steph walk? So, these are things that I'm going to be watching, especially once we get closer to the draft, which is going to be at the end of the women's college basketball season, and then once free agency starts, who starts going where. Also with the Las Vegas Aces, is Candace Parker going to go back there, which to me that's where she's probably going to go if she's going to play again. I think she's going to go there. So, and if not, that would also mean I think Della Don
So
might
did
go
she
there.
retire, Coach?
She hasn't as of yet. She has not officially retired. She's still an active player, and just like Chinny and Obuike. I think she's a free agent. Her and her sister.
Mm.
So it's going to be interesting this year to see where players go, and with the Liberty, with their spots and the money. The money's always going to be the biggest thing. Do they have it to bring these players in? So, but yeah, Candace has not officially retired. So and personally, I think she's going to go back because she doesn't want to go out the way she did on the injury list. She at least wants to go out on her own accord. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the once they open a free agency and getting into the draft. So, I'll be keeping my eyes on that. So, moving on into college sports, mainly college basketball. I'm going to start with Seton Hall. The men's are doing very well in the Big East. They're actually number 2 in the Big East, right behind number 1, UConn. I think they're ranked. I think they're in the low 20s, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're 6-2 overall, while UConn is 7-1, and I'm sorry, not overall. Their season conference record, I think they're 13-6 overall. But they're playing well, as of late, and they've positioned themselves well for the NCAA tournaments, especially if they keep playing the way they've been playing. Shaheen Holloway has these guys playing very well all around. So unfortunately, my stats got
Yeah,
messed up, so I don't
Seton
have
Hall
it.
is 13-6, 6-2 in the Big East.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they're right behind UConn. I think they also beat UConn. That's why UConn has that one loss. So they're playing well. So and it's good to see that they're doing well. The women, I believe they're sixth or seventh in the Big East. I think they're 4-4 in the Big East in terms of league conference play. I can't remember their overall record, but they're doing very well. They're fighting well in the Big East. So, but those two are positioning themselves well, especially for um, um, the NCAAs. The women, they definitely have to they have to win some more games during the regular season and probably make a run in the Big East tournament. But they're doing well. Um, Syracuse, the women, I believe this women, Syracuse women, I believe are in first place. I believe they're 6-1 in the ACC, so they're doing well and they're positioning themselves well. They always have a good program out there. So, they're in the ACC. We know that's a fairly good basketball league. With teams like UConn. I mean, not UConn, with North Carolina and Duke.
UNC, baby.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but Syracuse is doing very well. So, hopefully they continue to position themselves and play the way that they've been playing, and get a good seeding in the ACC, and then make it into get a good seeding in the NCAAs. The men, they're 6 or 7. I think they're 4-4 and they're playing well. I didn't see the end of the game today. They were playing. They were hosting Florida
Florida
State.
State, they lost 85-69.
Oh wow, Florida State came back. Okay,
Yeah.
so that hurts right there. Florida State is a good. That would have been a very good win, and I think in terms of quads, I think that would have been a quad 2 win for them. But for Florida State, that's going to be a good quad win for them. But the point is, Syracuse, they're going to have to continue to fight. And the way it's going, they're going to have to make a deep run in the ACC tournament for them
Mm.
to make it into the NCAA tournament. So, but I don't remember St. John's. I think the men are in the middle of the pack and the women are at the lower end of the Big East. But the men, Patino, is continuing to rebuild their program over there.
Mm.
I think they're going to be fine in the long run. They're gritty, but against teams that are better than them, they just seem to flame out. So
Yeah. St. John's 12-7, 4 and
yeah,
4 in the Big East.
yeah, there you go. So, and finally, Rutgers. It's a tough season for both the men's and women in the Big East. The men are 13th in the Big East. I mean, in the Big Ten. I think they're 1-7 or 1-8. They have a big game coming up this weekend against Purdue. Purdue is number 2 in the country. But they have to have that big win. But again, it's a transition year for Coach Pikel with his team. They don't have a true lead guard, in my opinion, one who could take over the game and get guys in position. A lot of times they try and do a lot of pick and roll lobs to Cliff Omuri. Mawat Mag, coming back from an ACL, he's still fighting his way. I think he's averaging around 8 or 9 points. So it's just their Noah Fernandez, who was their big transfer get. He's just not living up to the expectations. So again, it's a tough season, but I think most Rutgers fans are resigned to that. They're fine with that because of the top recruiting class that's coming in next year. With Ace Billy, Dylan Harper, Lathan
Mm.
Somerville. These are all top 100 recruits. So these guys come in, they can help this program get rebranded. And, you know, I know Ace talks about getting to the Final Four, and winning it all. And that's the confidence you need to have. But I'm not expecting freshmen like that to lead this team like that. This isn't the Michigan Wolverines back in the '80s and the '90s. Those days are long gone. So, but again, Rutgers, 13th spot, and the women are 0-8, and they're in last place in the Big East, Big Ten. A lot going on over there that I try to keep an eye on. Still, they're just getting new players, trying to get acclimated. Destiny Adams, coming over from North Carolina, she's starting to get more comfortable. Their leading scorer from last year, oh, damn, what's her name? Uh, I know she was out for injury. I don't know if she's still out. They also lost their lead guard from the lead guard who they were expecting. I don't know if she's out for the year or she's been out for, an extended period of time. But they also have some young players. Jennifer Huerta, she's a freshman, but she's starting. And she's starting to, she's a 3-point specialist, but she's trying to develop her game. So I mean, there's, and they still need some height. They don't. I think their tallest player is like 6'3", and that's Destiny Adams. And she actually plays guard. Their center is actually 6'1", 6'2". So, when you go up against a lot of other teams, who have 6'5" centers, I mean, you're going to lose there. So, and then, of course, when you go up against a team like Caitlin Clark, when she came to Rutgers, I think she put up 40 points, and I mean, it was packed in there, but a lot of people were there just to see her anyway. So, but I have confidence in Coach Washington and what she's trying to build. Right now, they might be getting closing in on a 5-star player from Rutgers Prep right here in New Jersey. I think she's a top 20 player. So, if they get her, they have a 5-star coming in, a 5-star point guard, and a 4-star forward coming in next year. So it's not like they aren't getting the talent. It's just, it takes time to build the program. So, and that's kind of what I expected from, Rutgers this year. So, but that's pretty much it for the locals in basketball. Um, look forward to having more next week. So that's it. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Coach. Definitely, man. Interesting with Candace Parker there. I wouldn't mind seeing her on the Liberty, but like
Hmm.
I know she played with LA before, so
Yeah,
um,
no, she played with the Sparks before. Last
mm,
year, she was with
yeah.
Vegas. Before that, Chicago. So I get it, and I
Mm.
respect, her grind and what she wants to win those championships, and who's going to give her the best opportunity. So, but
New
hopefully,
York, the Liberty. That's all
yeah,
we got, man.
exactly,
That's
exactly, yeah. So, come on over here, and
everybody
to be
else
honest with you
stinks.
though, I'm going to say this. I actually would prefer Deladon over her.
What
Deladon, I
about
think.
Skylar though?
Yeah, I want Skylar.
I think
Of
she
course, Skylar
would
is
be
a
a good
guard.
fit.
So,
Yeah.
the question though is, Skylar, are you going to move Ali? I mean, are you going to move Courtney Vandersloot to the bench and let
Mm.
Skylar start, or is Skylar going to be willing to come off the bench? That's going to be the issue if you can sign
Yeah.
her. So but if she's willing to, and I will say this, Skylar, if you want to win a championship, this
Do
is
what you
your
got to
best.
do.
Yeah, you come on over here, and you're going to get the minutes. I mean, it's not like Vandersloot is going to be playing, whatever, 30 minutes. It's just that you're going to come in and help this team win, and you're going to get playing time. So, and with this team, the way it's constructed, she could definitely help. She could lead that second unit and make that second unit probably as good as some teams' starting units, across the league. So, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. I've always loved Skylar Diggins' play. She's feisty. She's strong. She can handle. She got range. And look, maybe Vandersloot, because she's older. She's almost 40. I think she's like 37 or 38. So maybe she says I'll come off the bench, bring her in, let her start, and she could be a great lead facilitator. Because she definitely does not want to go to Phoenix. She she's had it over there. So, and she wants to win. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, Coach.
Hmm.
But that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Heart of the City. Um, we'll be back next week. Health and wealth, uh, permitting. But that's the plan. Every Tuesday night, 8:30, Heart of the City. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. And please like, share, and subscribe. Not only to this platform, Unpopular Opinion Sports, but also Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, G Nation Inside Sports, Leather to the Face, Saturday nights. Don't want to miss that podcast. Big Pat Sports Talk. Big Pat back on his grind doing his videos. Leaf Diggy with Nets Visual. For all you Nets fans, he does the games every week. And of course, man, my big bro, E the Chosen One, man, over there with the Shakedown crew, giving you all that New York Giants content. So, and shout out to my chat, man. Always love the chat, man. You guys hold it down. You guys make the show what it is. So appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Shout out to Big Fan Breezy. You already know what it is. Go sub up to Big Fan Breezy. Link is in the description. Definitely my day one, not only on YouTube, but in real life, man. That's my dog, bro. JJ, man, appreciate you coming through, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Tommy for one Tommy, man. Appreciate you, bro. No doubt. Rafael El Capitan, Rofucho. Go sub up to Rafi, man, doing this thing over there with the Raiders. Bookend tackles. Appreciate you, bro. Always showing up, man. Holding us down, man. Man Cave, man. Definitely, man. Man Cave. He got his own show, too. Go sub up to Man Cave. Mitch Kofsky. Definitely go holla at Mitch, man. Him and Coach do they show Pick and Roll
Pick and roll.
podcast.
Yeah.
So definitely go tap into that, man. I'm always listening in. Great show. Hit Squad, man. Hit Squad made an appearance tonight, man. Hit Squad, man. What's good with you, Hit Squad, man? We miss you over here, man. Come back to the Big Blue Crew, bro. Where you at, man?
Yeah,
D-Dan.
you stood us up in Jersey, mother.
D-Dan, man. Appreciate D-Dan coming through, man. Quan from Twitter, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Stopping by, man. Showing support, man. It means a lot. Wells is back from Wells. So shout out to Wells, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope to get some
Wells Ron Jeremy. Pause.
yeah, that was funny. Who else we got? E and Eric Willis, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. But Wallace, yeah. That's gonna wrap it up, man, for the night, man. Any last words, Coach, G Nation, before we get out of here?
Nah, just
I didn't get to say much because little man woke up. He not feeling good, but
sorry about that, bro.
nah, it is what it is. When they that little, they can't really communicate how they feel. So,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
but
So,
it is what it is, man. Thank you for letting me pop on, even though I didn't get to sit here and chop it up with you guys, man.
It's all
But I'm
good,
pretty
man.
sure what they said is accurate because they part of the Big Blue Crew. We only speak facts.
You already know. But we're gonna leave y'all tonight, man, with the Big Blue Crew intro/outro, man. And shout out to Wells and New Wave, man. Go sub up to New Wave. That is Wells's wife's channel. And she does this great content, man. These great videos, these great intros, man. I remixed it a little bit, as did Pat, man. But it's fire, man. All her work is fire, man. So shout out to her, man. And we're gonna leave on that note. Peace, everybody, man. See y'all next week.
time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green light. When you hit ons, know it's game time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No brakes, green light. No brakes, I got the green. We gon' tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, yeah. We ain't going out, we ain't going into town, no. Money ain't the mission, no, we coming for the crown, yeah, we coming for the crown. If we going out, then we going out loud, eh. Putting on the show, young man, take a bow, eh. Even under pressure, they ain't never had doubt. But if we gon' do it, gotta do it right now.